Okay, here we go.
Oh, there's kids playing hockey here.
Future superstars.
Beautiful.
Going in the
building.
nosebleeds, boys. All right. Going in.
Oh, look at this. Very cool. Awesome. Very excited to have the one and only Laser from Hockey Shop in Langley. Welcome to the show, Laser. How you doing today?
Fabulous. No slap shots.
The Rangers score. Boo.
Can you hear me? Yeah? Yeah, that's wild. Okay. This is craziness. I'm watching the game in the bar. This is the, I'll show you guys. I'm literally, we're in a bar here. We make it happen here. Nothing is perfect, you know?
Here we are with the one and only Mr. Jake from Jake's Takes Hockey. Welcome to the show, sir. How you doing today?
That's right. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Russell is the best. He's the secret master of the universe. Yes. And he's come to this realm to set us free and deliver a cup to Vancouver, I think. Russell is a gift from the gods, I think. What do you want? You want to say hi to anyone on the stream? You want to say you want to say shout out to anybody? Any advice, words of wisdom? We got 2-1 Canucks right now. Justin, who is he? There you go.
Oh yeah, look at that nice ice getting all clean.
There you go. Go Canucks, go! All right.
Yeah, literally the back row, boys. It's nice to have you.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy to join you guys.
Witten and Jordan from Canucks Uncensored. How you guys doing today?
Awesome.
We're good, Russell. Thanks so much for having us on.
David wins it, goes forward and gets a shot, goes wide. Carr puts it behind the net. Got it! Time! Oh, I just got lightheaded! 3-2, Canada wins. I scared the crap out of Dobby. Boys! Boys and girls! We did it! Canada wins! Binnington with some killer saves in overtime, and Connor McDavid, the man we were giving so much crap to through this whole game, wins the game! I'm so red in the face! Look at how red my face is! It's Canadian face! Oh, in Boston, boys! We win it in overtime! This is the man, the myth, the legend, the Blue Line Hockey. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
How you doing today?
Things are great. Thank you for the wonderful intro, and thank you for having me on. And truly a big fan of what you are doing on your channel as well. So keep it up, man. It's really, really good.
We're in the second row, so we're doing all right.
Live from Rogers Arena, Michael Saunders with that beautiful mustache on his face. There it is. Look at that. A live look in, Rogers Arena, Mike and Zach.
Russell, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing really good. It's nice to see you.
Great to see you. It's always fun popping into the streams every once in a while when I get a chance, and nice to finally be chatting with you.
How are we? Guys, this is awesome. I'm excited to be here.
Everyone's been very excited to have you on. The word got out and people started getting very excited. So thank you very much for doing this and joining us today.
I appreciate you having me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to everyone who requested to hear my beautiful voice too. I appreciate that.
How you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very first hockey game to join the stream. Everyone was very excited to see you, and enjoy the rest of the game in the third period.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye-bye, guys.
Trevor Beggs joining the show from Locked On Canucks. Thanks for joining me today, brother.
My pleasure, Russell. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good.
Hey, buddy. What an intro. Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem. It's nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Dude, absolutely. Yeah, those late nights, early mornings.
Yeah, weird
they were
times.
rough.
We are excited to welcome Dave Hall to the show. Welcome, my man.
Hey, thanks for having me today. I'm excited to be on.
We're excited to welcome to the show Larry Fisher.
Thanks for having me, Russell. Looking forward to talking lots of hockey.
Yeah, look at that. Look at this man. He's wearing his Canucks jersey at a Montreal game. You love to see it. He became a local legend by calling the Abbotsford Canucks Calder Cup run. We were very happy to welcome Brandon Astle to the show. How's it going, brother?
Russell, I'm doing well. Thanks a lot for having me on.
I'd like to introduce to Nothing is Perfect, Mr. Zach Nolan.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's great to have you.
Howdy.
What's up, my dude? They say never meet your heroes, but boy, am I glad I got to, because here he is, the man, the myth, the legendary host, Toddcast Podcast, Mr. Todd Hancock.
Dude, thank you, man. What a crazy introduction. A hero, a myth, a legend.
Yeah. We're pleased to welcome to the show, Canuckland.
Thanks for having me on. I'm really excited.
Passionate, realistic, honest. Rev Trev.
Let's go. Let's get some passion going. There's some actual hockey playing.
Smith plays it right across the zone. Bolano with a shot. Score! The Edmonton Canucks from the blue line! Shot through a crowd! And the Canucks have won it in overtime! Just like that, game one is over! And you don't have to wait much longer, because the Abbotsford Canucks have won game one with 14:09 left to go in the overtime period! Woo! Just Charlotte wins the draw. They skate in. They take a shot towards the net. Goes high and wide. Comes around. In behind. Into the corner. And just like that, be resilient. Next man up. The Abbey Canucks, no doubt, never lost 2 games in a row in this Calder Cup Finals. And the Abbey Canucks are Calder Cup champions. Woo! Can you believe it? What's up, everyone? It's Nothing is Perfect.
It's Russell Holiday. It is another game night between the Vancouver Canucks and the Montreal Canadiens. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight, guys. Hockey night in Canada. It is a 4 o'clock start, even though it is a game in BC because we're playing against Montreal. They have the game at 4. Some people are a fan of that. I think I used to not be a fan of that because I'm like, how dare they have the time start at a different time than what I am used to on a Saturday night. But I think in my old age, I think I'm fine with it, you know? It's a little bit harder to get to sleep at night, you know? Maybe my bedtime's a little bit more early. So 4 o'clock start seems to be all right with me. So busy night as usual here on Nothing is Perfect. As I mentioned, it is going to be the Montreal Canadiens in town, coming off a loss where they were not happy with the referees. So that should be interesting to see if they can keep their cool, or will they be raging out against the referees from the get-go? Similar to how we are raging out against the referees yesterday when we were talking in the Abbotsford game, because man, those refs were bad in the Abbotsford game. I'm not the only one who thinks so too. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing today to start, hey? Before we get too far ahead of ourselves. So, number 1, it's going to be the Vancouver Canucks versus the Montreal Canadiens. It is Black Skate night. They will be wearing the Black Skate tonight and tomorrow. As you can see, never boring. We're going to get the second half of the chapter that we started the other night. But if we're looking at the lineup, why can you see the stats? You're not supposed to be able to see the stats that you want, but you don't really need. Well, that doesn't work. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Okay, that looks better to me. Canucks versus Canadiens. We don't even, what am I even doing? Insert row above. Okay, yeah. Hello to all the beautiful people. Perfect. All right. Yeah, sir. Number 1, hello to all the beautiful people. Number 2, stats that you want but you don't really need. Number 3, Canucks starting lineup. There is changes to the lineup as the newest member of the Vancouver Canucks will be getting in. So sneak preview of that. First intermission, Dustin Boydell will be by and we'll do the Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. We'll get the ups and downs of the first period and we'll go into all of the latest Canucks news of the day. And then as well, in the second intermission, like I mentioned, we're going to have another reading from Never Boring, the up and down history of the Vancouver Canucks. So that should be fun. You guys are going to hear more about the effort to get the team actually in Vancouver. And then Dustin Boydell will be back for the post-game show. And we'll break down everything that happened in the game today. Let's start off, like I said, by saying hello, because the chat is already flowing. It's already going crazy here. So let me quickly see here. Let's see. Man, you guys are really chatting. This is flying by. Oh, okay. Let's just quickly, let's bring this up. It's not working. Chat, why does chat never work? Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right. So there was, Evelyn was here first. Solstice Guru was here. Zach was here. Van Isle was here. Inprick Freddy was here. There's me. There's Mike Torrance saying, Russ, crew. Eric Hunter in the chat. Howdy, chat. Mike Torrance, yeah, saying hi to Eric. Yeah, Calvin99 Charlie was here. You'll love to see that. Using all the custom emojis. Yes. Mike Torrance. Okay, cool. Oh, Major General there. Okay, let's hop into the real chat. Big Mac says, sup, Major? Jake Six Hockey, Jake Six Hockey, Jake Six Hockey. Yeah, Begsy with no T. Laugh out loud. He showed up for the interview without a shirt on, so, you know, I guess he was interested in showing off some of the skin. Rusty Dusty, Rusty Dusty. Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden. What's up, Trevor Linden? I'm going to borrow your jersey later, my dude. Doing the wave. Woo! Major General's in here doing the wave. Dobby, 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 Dobby. Swerving, everyone's like, Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac. And then he does the wave as well. Woo! Woo! Calvin 99 Charlie, Rusty and Dusty, Rusty and Dusty, Rusty and Dusty. Thomas Hornbrook is here. What's up, Thomas? Nice to see you, my dude. How are things? Swerving Irvin. Artie. Yeah, and apparently last night at the Abbotsford game, the biggest cheer out of the crowd was when they showed Artie's picture on the screen. So let's go, Vancouver Canucks. What's up, People's First Zuka? Nice to see you. Calvin 99 Charlie, I don't appreciate what you're doing, Irvin. Laugh out loud. And then he goes, Artie. And then Mike Torrance is like, Yukon. Major General, Artie. Duolingo's in the house. What's up, Duolingo? Go Canucks, go! I should also make sure that I'll go to the actual channel that theoretically should have the Canucks game on. Okay, it is live. All right. Theoretically, this is the right channel. They have the Canucks game, if you're looking for it, will be on CBC, because the second half of that back-to-back between the Maple Leafs and the Buffalo Sabres are on Sportsnet. And then there's going to be the baseball game. So we'll actually keep track of the baseball game for you too. Lies, Calvin. I wanted first. Let's go, Vancouver Canucks. And then Calvin's like, Dobby, learn the rules. Trevor Linden, swear jar, goal. And then Major General's like, Jake takes hockey, Jake takes hockey, Jake takes hockey, Jake takes hockey. And then Calvin's like, give it back. Ha ha ha. And also, I really need this because it's an afternoon game. So, you know, I'd like to propose a toast, a coffee toast. To evil! Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I needed. This stream will end with Eric at the top. You know it. It's probably true. Well, speaking of which, who is in first right now? So Major General currently leading with 175 points. And then we've got like a 14-way tie at 75 points. So Major General currently in the lead, which means he probably donated and hopefully... Oh, yeah, there it is. Speak of the devil, and he arrives. $2 dono. Tonight we're going to find out. I predict a dub. I like the sounds of that. I'd take a dub. I'm sad they're bullying me, says Calvin 99 Charlie. Don't be sad, Calvin. Everything's going to be okay. The Swervin' Irvin. Legend has it Begsy asked Alvin his question without a shirt on. I believe it, because it was only a voice call, right? So that's pretty funny. Yeah, then Major, and then you on top spots, crying. Pink sunglasses in the house. What's up, my dude? Hi, guys, he says. What's up, my beautiful people? And Big Mac's like, Pink! Swerving everyone's like, hi, Pinky. And Major General's like, Artie. I won't ever get first again, crying. No, you'll get it someday. I believe in the power of you. I definitely believe in the power of you. Calvin 99 Charlie. Brave Major. 2-2 Leafs. Yep. Buffalo did tie it up. Bowen Byram scoring a goal to tie the whole thing up. Let's see. Let's get a window open here with some NHL scores on it. We can keep track of everything. So what do you got going on? Lightning are leading the Ducks. Maple Leafs and Sabres are tied. Panthers are leading the Golden Knights. So Brutality Blood is going to be happy. Fireborn Knights won't be. Mammoth is up on the Wild. So Omega is going to be happy about that. Wild as Life won't be. And then we got Blues and Red Wings, Blue Jackets and Penguins, Kings and Preds, Canucks and Canadiens, Senators and Capitals, Hurricanes and Stars, Oilers and Kraken, Islanders losing to the Philadelphia Flyers. You hate to see it. And then the Bruins, they beat the Colorado Avalanche. That's weird. Jacob, you lost your green. W. I bet Russ is going to skip the emote spamming we was doing laugh out loud. I did not skip. Yeah, he can skip it. I will not be offended. No, never. After the last two we lost, we will win tonight 6-3. Calling now Lane Staley with a bold prediction. You love to see it. Absolutely, you love to see it. I have it back on Friday. Interesting. So you just lost it. He will know I should be first. Laugh out loud. Also, nice to see you, Russell. Hoping you're having a good day, buddy. I mean, it is a good day. I had went over for a little lunch with my wife to her mom's house, and aunt and uncle came over, and Crystal's brother, and so it was fun. It was good. We hung out, had some pizza. Carol in the house. Hi, everybody. What's up, Carol? Nice to see you as always. Mike Torrance, I'll call a loss 6-2. Fair enough. Yeah, you don't always have to predict the Canucks win. And then Big Mac's like, yo, what's shaking, everybody? Calvin says, Jacob, you'll probably get gifted. Eric and Major like to dono gifted subs. Big spenders, them. Hi, Carol, says Swervin. Hi, everyone, says Lane Staley. Macalac at Big Mac. Calvin Financially, what if another boring game like the Nashville game? Apparently, all the other games was high scoring except for ours. Laugh out loud. That is true. Yeah. Carol says, hi, Swervin, how are you doing? Big Mac says, I do not lack, Swervin. You know that. Carol, I was wondering how the boys are doing against Montreal. The game has not started yet. We're about to get underway here pretty quick. Just make sure Callum is here. Go Canucks, go. What's up, Callum? Nice to see you. I didn't watch the whole game. I saw parts of it, but I did watch the highlight package, Carol. Big win for the Blue Jays. Good game, Carol. Dropped down to 2030. I finally, in the year, the OEL cap hit. Let that sink in. OEL will probably retire before that. Yeah. Paragraph Pro, very excited to see Reichel get his first start at the second line center today. A little nervous about the forward lines. Defensive abilities. Neither Bear or Ken know for their extra hard work in their own end. Laugh out loud. Lefty all around is here. Is the new guy in the lineup? He is. Holy voice chat, butchering those names, but I hope those guys can figure it out. Dusty into the pit start. Swerving with a 99-cent dono. A no reason 99-cent dono. And then Eric Hunter drops a 10 bomb in chat. Says, let's go Canucks. You'll love to see it. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter, for the $10 dono. Thank you very much, Swervin' Irvin, for the 99-cent dono. We appreciate it. That'll go straight into Dobby's College Education Fund. There's Jazz saying, we need some wins. People's first in the chat. Let's go Vancouver Canucks. What's our record? Yeah, it is 4-4-0-0. That is correct. Rod from Kamloops is here. You'll love to see it. Go Montreal Expos! Too many streams to watch tonight. Isn't it crazy? There's so many streams going on. All right. Let's quickly hop over to the stats that you want, but you don't really need. Oh, and it did the same thing where it's not like lining up. Okay, let's hang on. Okay, just adjust that up a little bit more. Oh, not quite. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, perfect. All right. Canucks on Saturday. They've played 872 times on Saturday. They're 376, 376, and 120. So if they win today, they will officially be above 500 on Saturdays. Isn't that cool? At home, they're 213, 155, and 56. So they are very good at home when playing on Saturday. Not so much on the road. They're almost 40 games below 500 on Saturday when they play on the road. We're talking about October the 25th. They've done it 24 times. They're 10, 12, and 2. At home, they're 5, 5, and 2. So at 500, 5 and 7 on the road. Pretty much the same record. Again, 12 games at home, 12 games on the road when it comes to October 25th. We're looking at the Canucks versus the Canadiens in the last 10 games. The Canucks are 6-2-2 against the Canadiens, so actually have been playing pretty well against the Canadiens over the last 10 games. They've played 149 times, so this is the 150th time the Canucks and the Canadiens have met. This is not a good record, and I was talking a little bit about this last night. The Canucks are 40 and 92 and 17 against Montreal because the Canucks were trash for a lot of years, and Montreal Canadiens were very good for a lot of years. So at home, the Canucks are 24 and 43 and 9 against the Canadiens, so they're 19 games below 500, which is pretty funny. On the road, they're 16 and 49. Oh my God. But in the last 10 games, the Canucks have outscored Montreal 38-33, so that's good to see. We're talking about the Canucks versus the Canadiens on Saturday. They're 5 and 30. This might be the most lopsided stat we've ever seen on stats that you want, but you don't really need. 5-30 in Montreal on Saturday. They're 2-22. They've only won twice on Saturday against Montreal in their whole existence. And it's not much better. 3-8 against Montreal in Vancouver. So Canucks current leading scorer against Canadiens is Pettersson. He's got 7 goals in 16 games. Stan Smyle's got the overall lead at 10 goals in 38 games. Hughes has got 19 assists in 18 games against the Montreal Canadiens. That is also the all-time. So he's the current leader and the all-time leader, which we don't see a lot of. And then Hughes, as you can see, 19 points. He has never scored a goal against Montreal Canadiens. So if Quinn Hughes scores against Montreal, much like he scored against Dallas earlier, will be his first goal against Montreal. Stan Smyle, 24 points in 38 games. Suzuki is the man. And it's kind of funny. Look at this. Suzuki's got 8 goals, 10 assists, and 18 points in 19 games. The overall lead is Guy Lafleur. He's got 29 goals, 44 assists, and 73 points in 51 games, which is pretty damn wild if you ask me. So Suzuki, the current leader, and Lafleur, the all-time leader. Kind of funny how they both take up all positions on either side there, which is fun to see. We have just started doing this too. So the 2 leading scorers currently for each team, Quinn Hughes versus Nick Suzuki. Quinn Hughes has got 5 points in 8 games. Nick Suzuki's got 12 points in 9 games. That's wild. However, Quinn Hughes does have a harder shot overall at 95 miles per hour, his hardest shot. And his overall shot is much harder, almost 12 miles per hour faster than Suzuki's. Skating speed, though, Suzuki's got the edge there overall at 22.5 miles per hour. And in the last 10 games, total miles skated, Quinn Hughes has skated 31.82 miles. But it looks like Suzuki's getting more miles per 60 minutes, which is crazy. Most miles in one game, 4.42 for Quinn. That's the most. And 1.9 most miles skated in a period. Oh, a mile and a half in one period. And we're looking at shots. Their shots are pretty even. 21 for Suzuki, 18 for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes has got 9 and 5. He doesn't have any close shots, but obviously he is a defenseman, so we won't give him too hard of a time. And if it comes to possession time, zone time, Quinn Hughes is almost 50% of the time in the offensive zone, only 16% in the neutral zone, and 36. So very similar stats when it comes to possession between these two guys. If we're looking at the starting goalies for the night, it is Kevin Lankin. It is Jakub Dobes. Lankinen is 1-2, 3.6 goals against average, not great, and a .833. The Jakub Dobes is really good. He's 4-0. He has not lost a game. He's got a 1.47 goals against average and a 9.5 save percentage. Ooh, I'm getting stressed. Save percentage wise, man, Dobes is leading in all categories, which is pretty crazy. When it comes to shots against, Dobes has faced a lot more shots. They have played the same amount of games, so apparently Montreal gives up more shots. Surprisingly, Kevin Lankinen, well, maybe not surprisingly, has faced more high danger shots in less time. And then when it comes to shot percentage wise, if we're looking at 5-on-5, Dobes is better. 5-on-5 in close games, Lankinen is slightly better, but it is damn close. And then 90 shots against 5-on-5. So quite a bit more shots against when it comes to the goaltenders. And if we're looking at game performances, starts with a less than 900 save percentage. Oh, greater than 900 save percentage. So 3 of his 4 starts, he's had a 900 save percentage or better. So the stats do favor Montreal's goaltender. And if we look at the team stats overall, the Canucks are 4-4. Montreal 6-3, 12 points. So the Canucks are trailing behind. They have played one last game. Harder shots. In general, a little bit slower the Canucks are. Skating distance wise, Montreal has skated more. They have played one more game, so that makes sense. So they are leading in all those categories. So we'll chalk that up to one more game being played. And then when it comes to shots on goal, Montreal also dominates. So they give up more shots, but they also take more shots. So that should be interesting. Let's see where they scored their goals from too. Canucks, 11 of their goals coming from right in front. And then Montreal, same kind of deal, but they do have more goals in general. 32 goals. The Canucks only have 21, which is pretty crazy. But the Canucks do have 13 in the high danger area. Right? Canucks play Montreal today. They play again in January. Connor Garland is the leading points getter for the for Vancouver. Suzuki's got 6 points for his club. Cole Caulfield has got 4 points. All of those are he's got 4 goals. Suzuki's got 5 assists. Connor Garland's got 4 assists, and Max Sasson leads the team somehow. Max Sasson with 3 goals. Power play wise, the Canucks power play is crap. 28th in the league. Montreal's slightly better. And then penalty kill wise, the Canucks and Montreal very, very close here. Not a huge discrepancy. Face-off percentage, the Canucks are the worst team in the whole league. And we shouldn't be surprised by that. Montreal is not much better, but slightly better. Goals for, Canucks are falling. They're 25th in the league. Montreal is almost at over 3.5 per game. That's 6th best in the league. And when it comes to goals against, they are deadlocked. They're both tied for 14 with 3 goals against per. Last 10 games, obviously they have not quite played 10 games, but Montreal is coming off that loss to Edmonton where they blamed the referees, and there was some bad calls for sure in that game. 6-3, and then the Canucks are 4-4, coming off 2 losses to Nashville and Pittsburgh after a tough road trip. So this will be their first game at home. All right, let's hop back over to the bar and let's have a look at the starting lineups because I know you guys have all been waiting for that. So the top line for your Vancouver Canucks is Jake DeBrusk, Elias Pettersson, and Connor Garland. The second line, our new guy, Lucas Reichel, is centering Evander Kane and Brock Besser. The third line, Achi Ratu, Drew O'Connor, Kiefer Sherwood playing together. And the fourth line is the reunification of the Calder line, Arshdeep Bains, Max Sasson, Linus Karlsson playing together again. So we love to see that. If we're looking on the defensive side of things, nothing has changed. It is the same lineup. Mancini has been brought back up, but he won't be playing tonight. Quinn Hughes and Phil Hronek will be playing together on the top pair. Second pair is Marcus Pettersson and Tyler Myers. Third pair also remains the same with DPD and P.O. Joseph. And starting in net, as we know, is Kevin Blankinen for your Vancouver Canucks. So that's good to see. Cool? Cool. All right, let's hop back into chat because I know I had to skip ahead a little bit. Jazz is like, what's up? And Lefty All Around's like, most Chicago fans couldn't care less Reichel is gone. See, I don't know if that's true, Lefty All Around. It's mixed reactions. I've seen some people be like, I'm not happy that they gave him away. And some people were like, I don't give a crap. So, but a 4th round draft pick, right, Lefty? So not much of a loss to this team. Eric Hunter showing up. The game hasn't even started yet. And he's like, here, have a gifted membership. And that one went out to TFA Iceman 84 getting a free gifted membership courtesy of the legend Eric Hunter. So thank you very much, Eric Hunter, for the donated membership, and congratulations to TFA Iceman 84 getting the day started right. First gifted membership of the day. Jazz, you're rich. Calvin 99 Charlie's crying. Swervin, hi, and then Swervin's just like, hi, winky face. How was hockey last night, by the way? Swervin, you had hockey last night, was it? Or was it KJ? KJ had hockey? Irvin did that to be above me. Explains it then. That's funny. I'm sorry for laughing at your pain, Calvin. Go Vancouver, says McNally. Will Toronto fans throw a jersey on the ice if Buffalo wins? It's possible. But I don't know, like, I love that miserable Sabres fan is now a joyful Sabres fan, so that's good. I should have taken a screenshot, laugh out loud. Eric, hi! And then Rod's like, go Blue Jays, go! Yeah, the Blue Jays game, we will keep track of it for you guys. So I've got it up here, waiting to show you guys. So we'll have that ready to go for you once they get started. They'll be starting at 5 o'clock. Taken? Why token? Laugh out loud. I wonder why it autocorrected to token, Calvin. Laugh out loud. Yes, we sure do need some wins. Yeah. Russell, we need a Huggy Bear sticker. Huggy Bear? Oh my God, there's so many Montreal Canadian fans in the stands. Holy cow. I bet you there's like half the stadium right now is Montreal fans. Ooh. Anyone watching the Blue Jays World Series will be keeping track. What was the extra 0 for again? I don't know. OTL and SOL. Yeah. So on the stats that you want, but you don't really need, it is now OTL, overtime loss, and ties are together. So you can see that. So it's OTL, T, and overtime loss. So it's ties and overtime losses, which okay. Slash T, enter. Slash T, enter. There we go. All right, back to the bar. Okay, it looks like the national anthem's already over. I can watch the Canucks lose any other night. Hee hee. The World Series and the Jays has been 32 years since. Yep, that is true. 32 years since a Canadian team has won the World Series. The only Canadian team to do so. All right, they are lining up at center ice. The puck has been dropped, and the Canucks cannot win the opening draw. Unfortunately, puck into the Canucks zone, up the boards. Oh, bad ice there in front of the bench. Holy cow, it just came to a complete stop. Oh yeah, I wish they could integrate that. Looks cool. Puck flipped out to center, dribbles all the way down into the Montreal zone. Jake DeBrusk on the forecheck. Takes the puck away from the man. Good to see that. Puck up the boards. Besser's now out there. So we got Lucas Reichel, Besser, and DeBrusk out there. Must be because DeBrusk is going to go off on a change here. Yeah, DeBrusk goes off. Montreal skates in. Lucas Reichel throws a little hit. His first shift out there, guys. He'll be number 73 today. He picks it up behind the net, loses it. But the puck gets worked up. Kane down the near side boards. Into the Montreal zone. He stops up on the half boards. Throws it to the middle of the ice. No one was there, unfortunately. And he'll throw a hit behind the net. Can't come up with it. Montreal in their corner, near side, will pass behind the net. It looks like the Canucks are probably changing at this point. So yeah, we got the third line out now. We're only a minute and 15 in. We've seen all three lines now. Sherwood puts it back to the blue line. Shot to the front net by P.O. Joseph. And through the crowd, Dobez makes the save somehow. Montreal works the puck all the way down the ice. And it looks like Evans is going to beat P.O. Joseph to the puck, so it negates the icing. But the Canucks pick it up and then give the puck away in their own zone. Marcus Pettersson got panicked, so he passes the puck out to the neutral zone. Now, slowly out of his own zone, Marcus Pettersson passes up to the Montreal blue line, tipped in by Carlson. Got the Calder line out. Baines keeps it in at the blue line, throws it down low, but it gets blocked by a Montreal stick. D. Petey gets it at center, flips the puck in. Abbey line moves in. Should we call them the Abbey line or the Calder line? I think I like the Calder line better. Now D. Petey gives the puck away. Montreal picks it up behind the net. They ring around the boards, comes up to the near side. Oh, and it squirts past the Montreal defenseman and all the way down the ice. Dobez comes out, and the puck, he misses it too. This is some interesting stuff happening in this game, and chat just died. Why does YouTube do this? This is the third stream in a row that YouTube's just like, and then crashes. We got to fix that. And the puck goes down into the Canucks zone, and play will stop there. Come on, chat. Why are you screwing with me, YouTube? All right, let's fix that. Hopefully that fixes that. Yeah, how did Dobez see that through the crowd? I don't even know if it got to the net. And then Pettersson with a block on that last play. Good work by Petey. Plays back underway. Shot to the front of net. Lankinen makes the save. Puck ends up behind the net. Rolls to the near side corner. Hronek drops it for Hughes. Hughes over his own blue line. Passes up to the Montreal blue line. Dumped in. Rings around to the far side corner. Picked up by the Canucks. They play back to the blue line. Across for Hughes near side. Back to Hronek far side. Shot to the front of the net. Tipped on by Petey. Petey puts the puck between his own legs and gets a shot on net. What a beautiful play by Mr. Pettersson. Getting a little fancy there. You like to see that. Puck got shot from the blue line. Save. Puck bounces off the end boards, and then Pettersson picks it up off the end boards, puts it between his own legs, and flips it on net. Couldn't get it to go, but creative play by Petey. That's a good sign. Not the day to lose. Let's get some positive energy in here. Heck yes. Vanish is here. Unbelievable. I pay $40 a month for NHL Center Ice to get the NHL, and I don't get tonight's game because I don't have CBC Toronto. Unbelievable. That's brutal, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. We got 16:48 left to go. Face off in the Montreal zone. Kane has to come in to take it. Reichel got waived. The linesman is warning Kane, but Montreal ends up winning it to the side and flipping it down the ice. Hronek does well. They actually catch that one lacrosse style, knock it down. Hachigo is probably mad they got slapped. Yeah, I bet you. Oh, and the puck goes all the way down the ice for an icing call. Don't they know how to play this game? Have they not been playing this game since they were children? Jason J in the chat. Learn the rules! Not you, Jason. Montreal. Height when those Habs fans try to invade our barn. Let's go Canucks! John, Mark, Kilpatrick, what's up? I believe in you. Eric Hunter, oh, for puck's sakes, the CBC app doesn't allow to run them in the background. Oh, what a surprise, eh? All right, Canucks win the draw. Reichel on the half boards, plays it down. Kane plays it behind the net. Passer couldn't get it. DPD comes in, tips it down the boards. Montreal intercepts it. They'll play it up the boards. Myers pinches down. He can't keep the puck in. Yeah, at center ice, DPD gets it, throws it into the blue line. Blocked there by Montreal. And then somebody lost the glove. Whose glove is that? And the puck comes in offside. Is that an offside? It's chaos, people. Chaos in Vancouver. Let's go Nucks, Lightning, and Kraken! Vanish says, Eric, is there a free way to get the God game, please? Game, God, please. CBC app. Yeah. On the CBC app. Canucks win the draw. Puck up the ice into the neutral zone. They flip it down, block so it can't get deep. But the Canucks in on the forecheck. Got the Ratu line out. Sherwood's out there. O'Connor. Sherwood flips it towards the net. Dobez saves it through a crowd with 15:52 left to go. Cal McKenzie. Footer got passed. Footer got asked Rusty's rant question about managing Huggy's time on ice and letting him play 3-minute shifts in the pregame presser. I did see that, Cal. And he's pressing. He called it pressing. So that is my answer. That Foot is not in control of that situation. All right. Face-off won by Montreal. They'll work it out to center. And then they'll get it down low, far side corner. Hughes is first onto it. He gets hit, loses the puck. And Montreal will skate it up the boards. Back down the half boards. Gap there. Shot to the front of the net. Deflects off a shin pad, goes behind the net. Montreal picks it up, flips it around, comes all the way up the near far side boards. Canucks will skate onto it. Good pass. Pettersson drops it. Hronek puts it back in front. Pettersson puts it off. He scores! I thought it went up the bar, but it was in and out of the net so quick. Vancouver has taken the lead, 1-0 in the first period of play on a beautiful passing play, and Pettersson finishing it off by putting it in and out of the net so quick that I thought it hit the bar. Eric Hunter dropping a gifted membership in chat. You love to see it. Who gets it? David W. gets the free gifted membership courtesy of Mr. Eric Hunter. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter, for the gifted membership. And congratulations, David W., longtime viewer, getting the free gifted membership. You'll love to see it. Daniel is acting like, learn the rules. And then Doodle's like, yo! PD scored, says People's first UConn. And then People says, like, go. And Mike says, yeah! And Andrew says, woo, PD. And Milosh says, woo, go Canucks, go. And then Chico's like, go. And Calvin's like, go. And Eric Hunter's like, PD. And then the Swerve and Irvin's like, go. Michael Chow's like, holy cow, PD had all day to make that shot. Frank Morgan, go. Daniel Lezak, go. And then Lane Staley's like, let's go! And Andrew's like, PD! And then Keith Catherine is here, and he's like, go. Oh, I let the clock run, didn't I? And then Major General donates a gifted membership as well. Montreal moves in. I'll fix the clock here for you guys. And 0, 0. And we'll start that. Perfect. Clock is back running. Major General donating Carly Isaac. Oh, puck goes out of play in the Montreal zone. Chaos. So yes, thank you, Major General, for the donated membership. Congratulations, Carly Isaac, getting the free gifted membership. So Pettersson drops the puck to Hronek. Hronek goes down low and then passes across back to PD. So beautiful play. Just good work all around. Hughes and Hronek embracing after the goal. You love to see it. Beauty of a goal. And then Prickfed, he's like, go, 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 go. Finally! Yeah. You love to see it. P.O. Joseph checks a man, gives the puck back. Lankinen stops it behind the net. He'll ring it around the boards. Up, Montreal keeps it in there. They'll ring it back down the boards. Gets partially blocked. Drew O'Connor now gets it and chips it out into the neutral zone. Montreal picks it up there. What is up with this clock, boys and girls? Okay, there. Okay, is the clock right now? Okay, clock is fixed. And then Eric Hunter with a $5 dono. PD hat trick tonight. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter, for the $5 dono. We appreciate you very much. I would love to see a PD hat trick tonight. I think it would be good for the whole team. Thank you very much, Eric, for the $5 dono. We appreciate you. Montreal wins the draw in their own zone. They'll flip it out to center. Hughes picks it up, passes over for Hronek. Hronek dishes for Hughes. Canucks put it up to the blue line. Pettersson puts it across for DeBrusk. DeBrusk gets mauled by two Montreal Canadiens, and they'll flip it out from center ice. Hughes, first one back onto it. Takes some contact. Can't get the puck. Montreal plays it out front. Quinn Hughes having problems getting the puck out of the corner this game. That's 2 times now he's come out empty-handed. Shot, reaching in. Looks like it might have been Hronek reaching in with his stick, deflecting the puck over the boards. Elias Pettersson was the first goal of the game, making it 1-0 for the Vancouver Canucks. I'm going to open my window because it's spicy. Okay. Get some cooling down going here. What? Finally found it on TV. Maybe we'll get a tired Montreal team today. Well, they did have a day off in between games, but you never know, Mike Torrance. It is always weird for Montreal to be playing on the West Coast lately, too. So, PD for 4. 5-1 shots. Yeah, holy cow. See here. Look at this, people. You'll love to see it. 5-1 the shots in the first period so far. So Pettersson from Hronek and Garland. Let's have a look at the goal visualizer, actually. So puck down the boards. Garland starts this whole thing off. Passes back for PD. PD drops for Hronek. And then Hronek keeps and then passes across back to PD and dishes it into the net. Great to see that, man. You love to see it. Lane Staley, Pettersson has some swagger tonight. You love to see it. Andrew, LFG, Barbershop, window in the chat. What's up, Barbershop? Of course, you're getting a tired Montreal. They wasted all their energy on the Oilers and the referees. Barbershop, don't forget about the refs. They wasted a lot of energy on the refs that night, too. I'm pretty sure Montreal head isn't in the game due to the last game when the refs was the wrong penalty call. Yep. Plays back underway. Puck back into the Canucks zone. Oh, pass up. Oh, maybe one too many passes there. Canucks get the puck back in the Montreal zone. Tyler Myers down in the corner. Lucas Reichel chips it behind the net. Canucks skate onto it. Digging away in the corner, there's Besser. Good work there. He comes up with it. Plays it back to the blue line for Marcus Pettersson. Back down for Besser. He misses the puck. Puck comes all the way around. Montreal picks it up there. And they'll cut in front of their own net. Flip it out. Intercepted by Myers. Myers gives it right back to the Montreal Canadiens, unfortunately. And then the Canucks will start a change. And Montreal will stand behind their net as their team changes as well. Swaggy P. Puck you, Blue Jays. I am hungry, says Dobby. Dobby, Theo Joseph fighting in the corner with 2 Montreal Canadiens. He actually passes it in front of his own net accidentally, I think. But luckily there's some teammates there. So the Calder line is out and have worked it outside the blue line into the Montreal zone. And they'll move in on the forecheck. Ooh, they almost intercepted right at the blue line there. Puck gets dumped in, comes around Lankinen, plays it up the boards, far side. Carlson onto it. Sasson there as well. Sasson and Carlson battling. Now Carlson gets the puck out over to Baines, over the blue line. He'll skate over center. He'll bring it in. He'll flip it towards the net, and Dobez will hang on to it with Carlson barreling down on him. What the hell? Dobby, how do you type? Like, how do you even, like, type, bro? Dobby's in the chat. He already had his lunch and everything. I can't believe that Dobby's in the chat. 2 more, guys. Eric Hunter, it's good to see CBC is getting streaming the Sportsnet game. Gonna get my money's worth. All right, face off in the Montreal zone. Pettersson's taking it. Montreal's center gets waved out. Caulfield comes in to take it. Pettersson wins it back over for Hughes. Hughes plays it down for Garland. Garland skates back up the blue line, dishes down the boards for Pettersson. Pettersson in the corner, fights off his man. Plays it over for Garland. Oh, and then Montreal intercepts it there. Works it out through the neutral zone. Intercepted by DeBrusque. Hughes now starts out from his own zone. Passes up to the blue line. DeBrusque with a shot that goes off a shin pad and off the end glass. Back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes driving down the play into the faceoff circle. Throws it right through the crease. Can't get any tip on it, though. And then DP's out now, taking Hronik's spot. Quinn Hughes through center. Dishes for Ratu. Ratu puts it down low. Quinn Hughes moves in on the forecheck. Ratu intercepts a clearing attempt. Back to blue line. DP throws it on net. Suzuki back for the puck. In behind his own net. Ratu harassing him. Montreal plays it up to the blue line. Montreal still stuck on 1 shot so far in this game. Montreal through over the blue line. In on goal. Shot to the front of the net. Lankinen makes a save with his head. Rebound came out into the slot. The Canucks clear it out. Drew O'Connor plays it into the Montreal zone. They get it out again into the neutral zone, where Drew O'Connor plays it back to Marcus Pettersson. Now the Canucks play it up into the zone. Dobez stops it. He'll play it behind his net, off the boards. Montreal puts it off the boards and out to the neutral zone, and then chips it into the Canucks zone. Hronik is back out. Quinn Hughes is still out there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Because if anyone saw my rant last game, I was not happy with the, and the Montreal Canadiens taking a penalty. Sure, we're trying to get in on the forecheck, and the Montreal player reached in and grabbed him. Is it Zijaj? Zijaj. I can never say the guy's name, no matter how many times I've heard it. Sportman was caused. He banged the stick on the ice, pointing to the ref, and shot the puck down the ice. Yeah. It was because he was tapping his puck stick on the ice. Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? Turtle. Mike Torrance, Barbers, the refs stole the game from them. Yep. We're not going to deny that. The refs suck, bro. We can all agree that the refs suck. All right, face-off in the Montreal zone. Vancouver goes to their first power play of the game. We got Kane taking a face-off for some reason, which is interesting. So we got the second power play unit starting. Looks like Kane just got tossed, so now Reichel will come in. What the hell is this deployment? So Reichel moves in to take the face-off. He can't win it. Montreal rings it around the boards and all the way down the ice. So they'll have to start this power play from their own zone. Hronek settles it down and starts out. Pass over for Reichel. Reichel over center. He gets hit down. Gets back up, but Montreal get that puck and clear it down the ice. Gary Wiseman's in chat. What's up, Gary Wiseman? What's up, my Homo Sapiens? Kane picks it up on the half boards. Back to the blue line. Back to Kane. Kane back to Hronek. Hronek skates to the middle. Passes over Kane. Kane with a shot to the net. Chipped on net on the rebound, and then Dobes makes the save, and Montreal clears the puck down the ice. Now the Canucks will get a change in. The first power play unit will come out. Quinn Hughes onto the ice. Pass across the blue line for Garland. Garland over the... Oh, he tries to make a pass over the blue line. Ends up going off a shin pad and back into his zone. So Quinn Hughes picks it up. Canucks were over 5 on the power play last game. And then the Canucks lose the puck on the half boards far side. Montreal works it down. Pettersson's back to pick it up. 50 seconds left to go on this very bad power play so far, other than one good chance by Kane. Pettersson plays it back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes skates to the middle, high slot. Pass down the boards for Besser. Besser with a shot towards the net. Dobes makes the save. Puck into the corner. Pettersson keeps it in on the half boards. Flips it down for DeBrusque. DeBrusque gets hit in the corner. He's getting double teamed. Now Petey gets it. And then it gets back to the Montreal player who flips it down the ice. 20 seconds left to go. Langanen stops it behind the net. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow, says Thomas. Oh, man. Another terrible power play. They need to start declining these because I think this is going to kill the momentum more than anything. Tyler Myers picks up the puck. Just over 8 minutes left to go in the first period. The Canucks move it into the Montreal zone. Puck goes down low. We got the Abbey line out after the face-off, and Montreal ices the puck because they clearly do not know the rules. Learn the rules, Montreal. Michael Chow, we'll know the PD Swagger is back if he delivers a crushing check to someone like he used to. Why is Quinn so far back? Yeah, he was behind the net too, bro. But bro, very true, Michael Chow. Yeah, we'll know if his swagger is back if he throws a hit. Face-off won by the Canucks in the Montreal zone. Shot to the front of net. Dobes makes the save. Quick play there. Tyler Myers with a shot from the point. The Chaos Giraffe. Barbershop window. Montreal is a young team. You never see a veteran team bitch about the refs. The funny thing was, it was a veteran who got the unsportsmanlike call, right? Because it was Josh Anderson who was tapping his stick. Dobby at Gary Wiseman. What's a Homo sapien? Shout out Lucas Reichel playing alongside Quinn after high sticking him. What? Did Lucas Reichel high stick Quinn Hughes? That's funny. Took my jersey to the dry cleaners today, like brand new. Very happy. That's good to see. Dobby is Emmanuel confirmed. Thomas Hornbrook says, Strawberry, if Dobby is Emmanuel, I'm blocking. No, Emmanuel has a membership. Dobby, I can confirm I am not Emmanuel. What was Picard's save percentage, Barber? Dobby says, nothing is perfect. Bark to text. Okay, fair enough. You don't need opposable thumbs. Just bark the text. Probably 86%. That's probably right. Okay, Hachiko, you're good then, laugh out loud. Lane Staley, Dobby needed his treats for the goal. We don't need Dobby to rage on us all. Ha ha! Yeah. Did I forgot to give him his... He was supposed to get 2 treats, right? Dobby, Dobby, Dobby. Calvin, I'm not Dobby. Dobby, I can confirm I'm not Hachiko. But then it's Big Hog or you, laugh out loud. And then Thomas is just like, Crystal! And then Barbershop's like, even the Leafs games had to start 2 hours early because the Toronto Blue Jays. I want Dobby and Hachiko to put a message in at the same time. How did Petey score his goal? You got to pass across the slot from Hronek and then fired it in. They say Demko is in net tomorrow. That is correct, peoples. Canucks win a draw. Quinn Hughes plays it down the boards. Sherwood stumbled in the corner but got up, but the Canucks lose the puck. Pinching down from the point is Hronek. He can't keep it in, though. Then Quinn Hughes tries to chip it past Caulfield. Can't get it to go, though. Now Montreal works it into the slot. Ooh, and a bobbling puck there. Holy cow. Quinn Hughes back in his own zone, being watched by Caulfield. Spins in the faceoff circle. Looks like the Canucks have started change. So Hronek and Hughes will just look at each other from each faceoff circle. Over to Hronek, back to Hughes at center. He'll ring the puck in around the boards. Canucks moving on the forecheck. Poking the puck behind the net. Montreal gets there first, though, and they're ringing up the boards. Comes right to Hughes. Hughes with a shot to the front of the net. That hit a shin pad in front. Kane knocks the puck down. Good job there. He tries a pass through 3 Montreal Canadiens, which gets intercepted. Now the puck into the Canucks zone. P.O. Joseph is back. He plays it up for Kane. Kane passes across the neutral zone. Almost gets intercepted. He's trying to pass to Montreal. Kane with a shot. That one goes off a stick and wide. Now Reichel in the corner. Tries to kick it down the boards. Montreal doesn't let him, though, but Besser comes in to help. He'll move it down the boards. Now Kane comes in, throws a hit. P.O. Joseph pinches down. Now Reichel pinches in. The Canucks manage to get the puck down the ice. Montreal gets the puck down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call. Learn the rules, Montreal! Shots are now 9-3. Canucks have 9. Montreal has 3. Thomas. Oh no, Dobby. Lane said the barbershop window. That's the closest Toronto will ever come to any championship again. Stop complaining. Let's go, PD, says Mike Torrance. Thanks, Dusty, says KJ. Woodsy drying calls. Yep. You'll love to see it. PD directing traffic. Lining up for the face-off. Wins it. Garland can't get the puck, though, on a clean win by PD, and the puck goes down the ice after the icing call. Montreal will manage to change their defense at least. And they'll play it out into the neutral zone, tipped in. Tyler Myers first back onto it. Lankinen was out of the net, thinking about playing it. Myers plays it up the boards. DeBrusk working there to try and get it out, but Montreal works it back down the boards. Petey tries to run over his man, but the Montreal Canadian player plays it back to the blue line. Shot off of some shin pads and wide in the near side corner. Tyler Myers blocks a pass. The Montreal works the puck out front. Garland did well to get his stick on that shot, so it stays out. Now Pedersen plays it over for DeBrusk, and DeBrusk will get to center and flip the puck down the ice. Canucks start to change. Garland moves in, knocks his man down. Connor Garland knocks his man down to the ice. Canucks move in. Sasson getting pinned to the boards there. Montreal plays it up to the far side. And they'll skate it out and flip it all the way down the ice once again. And that's another icing call against the Montreal Canadiens. They are loving their icing calls tonight. Holy cow. KJ Brazy, love you. Calvin and Charlie, the Habs are still very much in this weekend's Habs-Canucks game, with the Canucks up 1-0. The Sens are up 1-0 in their own game versus the Capitals, while the Leafs and Sabres are tied. Carrier gets hit by Garland and taken down. Good job, Garley. All right, face off in the Montreal zone. Reichel trying to win it. Scramble draw. The Montreal center was literally sitting on the puck like a mother hen on an egg. Montreal steps into the face-off circle, and they'll play it out to the neutral zone. Intercepted by the Canucks there. Kane plays it into the neutral zone. Gloved down by Besser. Now P.O. Joseph plays it up the boards. Reichel loses the puck at the blue line. Montreal moves in over the Canucks blue line. Kirby Doc passes back to the blue line across for Hudson. Shot from the high slot. Lankinen makes the save with 4:43 left to go in this first period of play. A very fast-moving first period. Remember to hit, like, and smash the sub button. Dobby, I can confirm Russell, Crystal and I have been discussing to replace Russell as host on this stream. What? Thomas, learn the rules. These bums had 15 shots on the Oilers by now. I know, right? Michael Joe, laugh out loud. Sherwood playing. Totally played Hejaj. Zikajaj. David W. On that note, I'd like to thank Eric Hunter for the newest Nothing is Perfect membership. KJ Brazy, I hate how when Habs fans are in the stands, when they play here. Yeah. Go home, Montreal. Laughing and crying, says KJ. Carly Isaac, I'm here dealing with a huge head cold. I'm sorry to hear that, Carly. That sucks. You got any cold meds you can take? Michael Chow probably can't get tickets in Montreal. That is probably true. DeBrusque is stone hands. Yeah, can't finish a sentence. It's probably true. Jazz watching the Toronto games because it's 3-3. Let's see. Toronto game. The Toronto Maple Leafs end up winning in overtime over the Sabres. So Toronto has taken that game. So that game is over. The only games that are active right now are Ducks and Lightning. Panthers still up on Golden Knights. Wild trailing the Mammoth. Blues are up 2-0 on Red Wings. Blue Jackets and Penguins are tied. Senators are up 1-0 on the Capitals. And the Canucks are up 1-0 on the Montreal Canadiens. Maybe he should fight. And I can't watch the next one. All right, Big Mac back online. Big Mac back online. Jazz should be on CBC. I found it on CBC Vancouver on TV. Big Mac, Petey scored! Bruins fans warned us about DeBrusque and everything that comes to pass exactly the way they described it. Yep. Marcus Pettersson slaps the puck up the boards. Drew O'Connor can't handle it. Now the Canucks move it up. Sherwood does well to take that pass. He'll run it down the boards. Marcus Pettersson comes in from the point, passes down for O'Connor. O'Connor up for Sherwood. Sherwood with the reverse hit. O'Connor picks it up in the corner. O'Connor plays it down the boards now. Ratu moves into the corner, hits Hudson. Sherwood hits his man, separates him from the puck. And now Sherwood's stick gets held completely by the player. Insane that doesn't get called. That was a very clear interference call for holding the stick. Tyler Myers picks it up in his own zone. 4 minutes left to go. Marcus Pettersson plays it up the boards. Picked up by Drew O'Connor. He steps to the middle. He'll play over for Myers. Myers gets to center and flips the puck into the near side corner. Montreal picks it up behind the net. And they will wait as everybody changes. Nice cup. Thanks, my dude. I've never been a fan of DeBrusque signing, says Dustin to Michael Chow. $1 dono from Mr. Big Mac. Thank you very much for the dono. He judge. Zakai. Zaka. Zaka. Jack-Eye. Jack-Eye. There we go. Jack-Eye. Thanks, Jake the Pancake. Oh, yeah. All right. Coffee's done. Hronek has his stick chopped out of his hands. No call. Apparently, the referees are out to lunch on this one, too. They're trying to get back in the Montreal Canadiens' good graces. That's 2 infractions the referees have missed. And then DeBrusque puts himself offside. 2:41 left to go. Dobby passed 3rd grade English. He did. Good boy, Dobby. Okay, I'll watch the Jays game. What? What's the point of having so many channels if you're going to show the same thing on everyone? I know, isn't it insane? Pick myself up a treat of a bottle of Hennessy for the World Series game. Yum. Big Mac, good idea. Watch the BC Lions. Insane. See, counterintuitive. Too evil! Montreal steps in. Winger win on the draw. Too evil. Montreal plays the puck down low. Intercepted by Quinn Hughes. Oh, that was DPD. DPD up for Carlson. Carlson flips the puck in. Baines moves in on the forecheck. Can't come up with the puck. Carlson blocks that pass out of the zone. Puck ends up right in front of the net. And Baines jamming away at it. But Dobes comes up with a save. Good work by that Calder line. Getting in deep. And getting a good chance there. Lankinen plays it over for Myers. Myers flips it up the boards, and then follows up his pass and then gets it out. Besser into the zone, plays it back to the blue line, shot by Marcus Pettersson. He fans on it. Montreal flips it out, picked up there by Lucas Reichel. Minute 42 left to go in the first period of play. Marcus Pettersson passes up to the Montreal blue line. Kane stops it up on the half boards. He gets hit, tries to play it down low. Montreal intercepts it. Now Kane skates down the boards, almost intercepts the pass, but Montreal manages to work it out, and they'll dump the puck deep into the Canucks zone. P.O. Joseph, first man onto it, loses the puck to the Montreal player. Besser's there too. P.O. Joseph plays it behind the net. Marcus Pettersson comes in. He kicks it behind the net for P.O. Joseph. P.O. Joseph fighting off his man, plays it up the boards. Kane plays it right to the slot. What are you doing, Kane? Holy shit, dude. There was literally no one there except for a Montreal Canadien. That's insane. And then Kane puts himself offside. He doesn't like the call, but holy cow. Kane's passes are dumb. Holy, oh my God. My pizza almost burnt. Oh, good thing you got it. You get a glass and sip like an adult. Wine o'clock. Almost only counts if horseshoes. Almost only counts for horseshoes and hand grenades. That is true. Canucks have won 10 faceoffs so far, so that's good to see. Canucks ring the puck in down the boards, the top line out after winning the draw. Oh, and then Garland stops that puck. Montreal's player falls in the corner. Garland comes up with it. He skates behind the net, tries a wraparound, shoots it, goes off the side of the net. Montreal picks up the rebound, and they'll play it out to the neutral zone. Two of them skating into the Canucks zone over the blue line. Puck batted away by Hughes. Now Connor Garland flips it back over for Hughes at center. He's got his feet not moving though because he had to wait for the pass. Now he skates right down the slot, loses it. Montreal follows. Montreal can't pick it up, and DeBrusque plays it down low. Now Pettersson can't get the puck behind the net. Montreal plays it up the boards into the neutral zone, out to center. Two of them over the blue line now. Comes down, shot, goes well wide behind the net. Just like that, that's the end of the first period of play. We're into the first intermission. Montreal, Vancouver, one period done. Just like that. That was a quick moving period. Pretty crazy. All right, let's get Dustin Boydell on the phone. The Silver Fox. There he is. Start video call. Perfect. All right. Not very often we get to talk about good things to start things off, so here he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Dustin Boydell. Oh, I don't even have a headset on. I can't even hear you. All right. Entertain them while I go get my headset.
Just kidding. What's going on, chat? It's my show now. We are here. It's just me, I think. I don't know if you guys can see me or hear me. But I'm taking over. Some good ups in that first period. You know, we did. We outshot them 11-4. Great stuff. Oh, what? You back?
I'm back.
I was just taking over the show.
So starting with the ups, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's nice to see the Canucks pushing the offense, especially against this very speedy Canadiens team. They are leading the league in scoring, so it's nice to see the defense containing them as well as they have. Officiating, we will say, is a down, and just kind of leave it at that.
Yeah.
I don't know how you miss a slash when the stick breaks, and that was definitely not offside. But hey, we'll just move forward and say we got lucky with another Kane giveaway that almost ended up being a breakaway wide open in front of the net. Luckily, he passed it hard enough that it bounced off the player's stick and went to Marcus Pettersson. But that one definitely made me go, oh no! And really like that top line. Petey, Garland, DeBrusk. DeBrusk does look like the odd man out a little bit on that line because of how hard Petey and Garland are working. But I was kind of talking to someone earlier today, and he mentioned like how DeBrusk got faster and maybe he needs some time for his hands to catch up. But like I've kind of been waiting for DeBrusk to put it together since he was signed here. And, you know, at some point he's just got to take a real hard look in the mirror and decide if he wants to be a top 6 forward or if he just wants to be a middling top 9 guy. Because if he's going to continue to kind of coast the way he's coasting, I don't want him on the top line. I want someone there like a Höglander when he comes back who's going to help drive the energy on that line and push and use his body a little more. Like DeBrusk is a big guy. He just needs to be more physical and he needs to get more involved. And he's just too much floating out high in the offensive zone for me. And I just think like when he's most effective, it's when he's being dirty and gritty in front of the net. And if he could start doing that stuff along the boards, I just think it would propel him into that more dynamic offensive player that we can see the potential. I just don't know what it's going to take to get that to click. So I just keep waiting and hoping, but the more I wait and hope, the more I just don't know if he has it in him. So, you know, hopefully maybe, I don't know what's going to happen further with Reichel. Like he's doing a good job tonight, just kind of looking for an open man and trying to play zone coverage and make sure he doesn't make any critical mistakes. So far, you know, not bad. He looks uncomfortable taking faceoffs, which we expected kind of to happen. But even with that, the Canucks are 57.9% in the faceoff dot. So everyone's kind of stepping up their game, knowing that they're short one guy kind of that's going to struggle. So good stuff all around. The power play looked a little more threatening tonight. Got a couple of better chances to the net, which was good to see. And yeah, hopefully they just if they keep this energy, I mean, they're going to keep controlling this game. They've had a lot of close chances. They're going to get a couple more 5-on-5. Pettersson looks to have the most energy I think we've seen out of him all year. And I think a lot of that has to do with the 2 wingers that he has. Like he has Garland out there and he knows that DeBrusk is going to be at the front of the net if he wants to slow the offensive zone stuff down, and him and Garland can kind of do a 2-man cycle with DeBrusk going to the front of the net and drawing defenders away and creating space. So overall, a pretty good period back at home.
So KJ Brazy squared using their monthly management message to say, "Sweet jersey, Big Dusty."
Yeah, I love it.
And then Swervin Irvin comes in and says, "Russ on play-by-play, Dusty on color when?" 279 dono from Swervin Irvin.
Wow. I mean, we could maybe start practicing that in an Abbey game or something. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Won't be able to do it tomorrow.
We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah. We'll have a look ahead. Definitely. That's something we can think about for sure, Swervin. Did you have a give and go between Pettersson and Hronek on your bingo card?
No, but actually I will give props to DeBrusk for that heads up play. Like he does have the offensive mentality to let that go by him because he did look and see Petey behind him. And Petey was in a better angle than he was to shoot. DeBrusk would have got caught in his skates, so he let it go by. And I like Pettersson taking a second and letting the Canadian defenseman commit to blocking the shot so he could have an opening to shoot around him and making sure that he buried that one. Yeah, no, a really good play, even with Garland through the neutral zone to find Pettersson streaking up with speed, and the drop pass to Hronek, really good things. That's more of what we saw in the preseason, that type of rush attack. And if the Canucks can keep pushing the play like that in the second period, I think they'll be able to handle this young Montreal team just fine.
Jake the Pancake is suggesting, what if it's Garland, Petey, Besser instead for the first line, switching to DeBrusk and Besser?
I mean, yeah, that could work because Garland is capable of playing both sides of the ice. The only downside is they're both right-handed shots, and you like to have that versatility for Pettersson as a centerman to kind of have the wingers cycle back and forth. You open up more chances at one-timers. When you have two right-handed guys out there, it takes away a one-timer from one guy, but I don't mind that makeup as long as DeBrusk and Besser are separated as wingers, because that seems to be the major pair that just is dysfunctional with whatever centerman is out there. They're just far too similar. So Besser could work with them, and I think he would actually probably be more effective than DeBrusk because he's a little better at finding those shooting lanes. And Garland could then be kind of more the net front guy, but then Pettersson is doing more of that board work on his own again. So I like kind of the balance. What I'd like to see is them get an actual centerman and Reichel bumped up to be on Pettersson's left wing with Garland, because I actually think that would give Reichel the best chance to utilize his best skills right now while he settles into this team, because he hasn't really been given the amount of ice time you would expect a 23-year-old player to have had by now in the NHL. In Chicago, he was kind of buried behind Bedard after they got Bedard. His development was kind of put on the back burner, and it's unfortunate because, hearing and reading a lot of the comments from Blackhawks fans, they're really not impressed that they lost this player, especially for the 4th-round pick that they got for him in turn. They all pretty much have the same sentiment that he wasn't given a fair shot. And so I'm really excited to see what the change of scenery will do for this player.
Yeah, be nice for Reichel to play with his hero too, saying that Pettersson is the guy he does his game after at his draft day thing. So that was kind of funny. I have shocking news for you, Dustin. I have an up to give to Adam Foote. I have an up for Adam Foote. His line deployment around that power play was like the best I've seen his line deployment. So he started the second unit because the top unit, all their players retired. They, with a minute into it, they switched to the first power play unit. And then immediately after the first power play unit is over, instead of doing some jumbled mishmash of a whole bunch of players, he just put the Abbey line out, which is perfect, right? There's no chaos for people not knowing who they're playing with. So that's one of the first times this year I'm like, Adam Foote, you nailed it on that line deployment. So an up for Adam Foote, at least in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. With everything that happened in the last 2 games, it was much better control of the lines. And maybe that's to do with being at home, right? Where he has last change. Something that might take him some time is working on getting his change timing on the road and getting better matchups, because it's obviously harder having the first change on the road rather than being able to watch what players are being put out there by the visitors, and then you can match it up much easier. So we have kind of seen that his deployment at home, we haven't really complained about it. The most we've complained about it is on the road, and that just dawned on me as something that may be the main issue with that. Is the road matchup is tougher for the visiting team. So that might be the learning curve that Foote needs. And maybe that's more of the focus we need to talk about, less about his inexperience and more that it's what the major advantages of it playing at home. Right. So good notice on that one for sure. And like I've said, we got frustrated about his deployment, but he's learning on the fly, which we've never experienced before. No organization has experienced this. So it's all new stuff. And we're going to have moments where we over analyze or panic because there's no AHL games to pull from with Foote's experience. It's all going to be new for us. And we're going to have to pick at it and find maybe some explanations for the reasoning that he's doing things that maybe he doesn't even understand subconsciously that he's doing.
Mancini and Wheelander do the old like we expected. Yeah, I know, right? Mancini does not get in the game tonight. Do you think he gets slotted in tomorrow night on a back-to-back with P.O. Joseph being a little bit longer in the tooth?
100%. POJ comes out tomorrow and Mancini will be in against Edmonton, especially with the Edmonton kind of starting to find their feet and get their scoring going again. You're going to want the younger, more mobile Mancini in the lineup. And I would absolutely expect Pierre-Olivier Joseph to be scratched tomorrow. And as we go on, with Mancini's play, I mean, he played incredibly last night for Abbotsford, despite them losing that game. I really think that Pierre-Olivier Joseph is going to find himself on waivers when Forbert comes back, because I think Mancini has earned his right to play in the NHL. We've seen in 2 games from Pierre-Olivier Joseph that he just doesn't look as high talent as some of the young players that we have at either end of the ice. And he really hasn't shown that he deserves that spot over Mancini right now. So I would prefer to see Pierre-Olivier Joseph down in the minors, helping out down there as a veteran. I think that would be more useful for him. And Mancini back up here full-time would be way more beneficial for his development.
Hughes minutes. And Swerve and Irvin with a 279 dono says through 20 minutes, Quinn Hughes' longest shift was 1 minute and 15 seconds, which is perfect. And I know yesterday we were talking about it, or the other day, I don't know. It's all a blur now because we're streaming every day. I obviously had a rant about Quinn Hughes minutes, and we were trying to decide, is that Adam Foote saying play, or is that Quinn Hughes staying out long? So today, before the game, Adam Foote met with the media, as he does, and he essentially called it Quinn Hughes was pressing, AKA those long shifts were Quinn Hughes' idea, AKA Quinn Hughes does what he wants. So that is a little concerning in some ways, because even their relationship seems a little bit too, like, you know how there should be the relationship between father and son, but then sometimes you get like father and son that are like more like friends, and sometimes that can be a problem. I think that might be the situation that we're dealing with between Hughes and Foote. Are you kind of getting that sense after hearing what he said today?
Oh, 100%. You just get the feeling that Quinn was kind of running the show, and that can't be the case. It happens at workplaces too, right? Like employees get too close with a manager, and then maybe that employee has to be disciplined or something, and then it becomes awkward.
Yeah.
Right. The manager then has to be a little more direct with that employee. And this is the case right now. Like, I get that Foote developed a really close relationship with Quinn, being the defensive coach, and assistant coaches usually are closer with the players than the head coach because they work directly on the systems with them, right? Like, the head coach works on the main thing, but then in practices, a lot of times, like, we don't see it as just average fans, but if you're looking into practices and that sort of thing, the offense goes with the offensive coach for a lot of the time, and the defense goes with the defensive coach, and they work on their own systems. And then it's all kind of mixed together with the main drills with the head coach overseeing that sort of stuff. So that's why those relationships develop better with assistant coaches. And so when they get promoted, there always is maybe a little bit of a power dynamic issue. And in this case, it just happens to be with our best player. But I think Quinn Hughes is mature enough. If everyone sat down and talked about the path forward and what it needs to be, Quinn is absolutely going to be more cognizant of the time he's spending on the ice, because I kind of doubt that he realizes he's out there for that long.
Right.
Just because of the competitor that he is. Like, he's not looking up at the clock and going, oh, I got to get off the ice. He's going, I got to get off the ice when I can't breathe anymore because I'm trying to win this hockey game. And if that happens to be 3 minutes later, then that's what happens to be, right? Like, but that a coach needs to be paying attention to ice time, and he needs to be the one calling him off the ice. And so we'll see how the trend changes or how Quinn's ice time plays out in the next maybe 2 or 3 games, and see if it is something that we see, Foote trying to take more control over.
Yeah. Well, I got that up on the screen for the folks right now. 11 shifts he took in that first period, which, considering in the last game he only took 19 shifts the entire game. Good to see. Still, a decent amount of minutes, so he ends up still with 8:43 played, which is a good amount for him, but shorter shifts are more effective, and so we like that.
Yeah, well, an 8:43 over 3 periods is going to be around the 25-minute mark, right?
Yeah. Just
over 26, which is what we want to see for Quinn Hughes, right? That's the average for most number one defensemen in the NHL is 22 to 25 minutes, depending on special teams and that sort of thing in the game. But 30 minutes is just too much time unless it's a must win like game 7 and you got nothing left. This early in the season, you don't want to run the risk of him over pushing it too far and having a season ending injury, because then we're absolutely screwed. So yeah, we need Foote to have a little more of a leash on his number one defenseman.
Where do you sit when it comes to the Blue Jays? Because they're just getting underway now. In game 2 in the World Series, are you following the baseball? Are you cheering for the Blue Jays? Where does Dusty sit when it comes to that?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I've been a Blue Jays fan since I was young. Like, I remember Joe Carter winning in 93. That was kind of my first experience with baseball. And so I am a big Blue Jays fan. It's just been a long 32 years for them to get back there. I watched when Bautista did the bat flip and they got close. But it just, it's been so much pain as a Blue Jays fan. And then this year just felt like the pitching wasn't going to get us there. And then all of a sudden this 22-year-old phenom comes out of nowhere and suddenly we're in the World Series, and I couldn't be happier. I love an underdog team, and they play baseball the right way. They get on base, they'll single your heart out, and then just wait to pounce. And a key home run can come from any one of the batters 1 through 9, and it's just been a delight to watch.
Just a reminder, chat, keep your questions ready for the post-game show. We can't really get to a lot of the questions we're doing the sideshow, but the game is about to get underway there. So Dustin, enjoy the rest of the game, and we'll talk post-game.
Absolutely. Enjoy the game, chat. We'll talk to you after it.
Dustin Boydell stopping by the Silver Fox. You love to see it. Play is underway in Vancouver between the Montreal Canadiens and the Vancouver Canucks. Let's get this all updated for you kids. Montreal flips the puck into the Canucks zone. Stopped up behind the net by Lankinen. He'll play it up the boards. Goes off of something and out of play. A whoopsies. Off the glass, so no penalty on the play. 19:36 left to go in the second period. Eric Hunter dropping a $5 dono into the chat. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter, for the donation. P.O. Joseph is trying too hard. Too many mistakes. Yeah. I think I'm seeing the same thing. Just like his feet are moving too quick. Like, all right, Montreal wins the faceoff in the Canucks zone. Lankinen plays it to the corner. DP's there. He tries to play it up the boards. Manages to get to the blue line. Canucks chip it out there. Good work. Kane skates onto it. Stops up in the faceoff circle. Shot to the front of the net. Dobes makes the save. And the puck goes out of play. 19:18 left to go. Dobes. Nice save with the shoulder, I think. Good work by Kane to get the shot off, too. He faked the pass, and then Dobes gets that shot. Where did he? Oh, no, never mind. Dobes didn't even touch it. That was Hudson. Hudson with the good stick to deflect that puck out of play. Canucks win the draw. Besser stepping in to win it. So they leave that line out, too. So Besser, Reichel, and Kane are out there. Reichel hits his man, separates him from the puck. Kane follows up, can't quite get the puck up the boards. Intercepted there by Tyler Myers, who'd come down. Now he gets chased all the way to the blue line, loses the puck. Montreal stops up. Montreal trips the referee. That's 2 minutes for tripping the ref. Oh, my God. But they lose the puck. So Montreal won't be happy about that either. Kind of funny. Montreal plays the puck into the middle of their zone and skates out. Puck flipped into the Canucks zone, ends up behind the net. P.O. Joseph plays it up the boards. Ratu chips it off the glass and out of play. Montreal plays it up to the center ice dot. And then across the neutral zone, they'll skate into the zone. Kirby Dach spins and gets hit by Myers, loses the puck. Plays it up front. Lankinen has it right in his feet. Couldn't get it. Crouched all over it. But manages to keep it out. Montreal picks it up in their own zone. Hijaj. Jack-eye. Puck squirts just outside the Canucks blue line. O'Connor plays it deeper. Referee just couldn't get out of the way and got knocked down for his trouble. Puck stopped behind Lankinen's net. P.O. Joseph, first one there. He'll skate into the corner and then flip it out to the neutral zone. Terrible play by P.O. Joseph. Just giving the puck back Like, hey, yeah, is this your puck? Here, have it back. Shot to the front net. Lankinen makes the save. Good work by Lankinen to cover that one up with P.O. Joseph just all the time in the world, and P.O. Joseph just flips it down the ice. Barber's still coming here. Why do people come here to troll? We need at least one troll here, all right? Oh, it was O'Connor who cleared the front of that. Ooh, Dobby. Get a life, bud. Only reason Nucks took Oilers to 7 was because of Skinner. Ha ha! Is it? I think the only reason that the Oilers won that series was because we had our third string goalie in and missing our best goal scorer. That's what I think. Barber, make sure your gift is turned on. Canucks win the draw in their own zone. Quinn Hughes rings around the boards. Montreal can't keep it in at the blue line. They pick it up in their own zone. They'll flip it down the ice into the Canucks zone. Hronek hits his man. 2 Montreal Canadiens checking in. Pettersson comes in to support. They ring around the boards, comes up to the blue line. Now they put it back down low. Comes up the boards on the far side. They play it back to the blue line. Shot to the front of net. Deflects wide. Puck in behind the net. Pettersson skates towards it. Can't get to it though. Montreal beats him to the puck. Now a shot blocked by Garland and goes out of play. So 16:52 left to go. And the faceoff will be in the Canucks zone. Canucks will change. Garland talking smack as he skates to the bench. Dusty must really see something in Reichel that I do not, because his stats don't like overall impressive. Fair enough, right? His AHL stats are great. His NHL stats are not as good. Tor, KJ, he's from Alberta and his life sucks. Fair enough. Michael Chow, at KJ Brazy, what else is there to do in Edmonton? That is true. Got Besser taking the face off now. He's got the Besser, Reichel, Kane line out. Besser can't win it. Montreal plays it back to the line. Puck goes off of a player and out of play with 16:46 left to go. Only best of the best get trolled. No one trolls nobody. Fair enough. Way to go, Swervin. That makes sense. I never considered the fact. Swervin, they think they got the message. Laugh out loud. Let's all go to the Sharks live stream and troll their fans. The Montreal player gets tossed out of the draw and he's arguing it. Montreal's winger steps in and wins it. Plays to the side. Lankinen with the save off a one-timer. Canucks play it off the boards and then chip it out to the neutral zone. Puck squirts out all the way down the ice. Not going to be enough for icing. Vancouver in on the forecheck. Besser throws a hit. Can't jar the puck free. They're digging away. Puck into the middle of the ice. DPD chops it down the boards in behind. Montreal picks it up there. Gives it away to Besser. Besser gives it back to... Was that Evander Kane who puts it down low? Reichel tries to take the puck back. Can't get it. Up to the blue line. DPD shot to the front of net. That one gets blocked by a Montreal player. I didn't start the clock again. Oh, shot to the front of net. Dobes makes the save and the rebound gets cleared by the Montreal player. This should be accurate now. Clock is up to date. Canucks control in the neutral zone. Tyler Myers plays it up to the blue line, tipped in by Besser. Ratu moves in on the forecheck. He plays it up front. And Drew O'Connor couldn't finish it off. Good play by Ratu to get in. Now skating down the boards is P.O. Joseph playing behind the net. Marcus Pettersson pinches in, keeps it in. P.O. Joseph shot to the front of the net. Canucks driving on net. And that's Drew O'Connor jamming away at it. Can't finish it up. Dobes makes the save and covers up. Good work by the Canucks there all around on that shift. I hate my life too if I were relegated to living in Alabama of Canada. Texas, not Alabama. Barber would rather live in Texas than Alabama. Also, Barbershop, you saying that was the reason is because you had a bad goaltending? PD is actually playing well tonight, and this Reichel kid speed is demon. A burner. Face off to Dobes left. Max Sasson gets tossed out of the draw. Big Mac donates a gift, donates $1. Face off. Montreal wins it. I think this is going to be a $1 dono for a swear, right? It's a swear because The Dodgers scored. The Dodgers up 1-0. Canucks dig the puck out of the corner. Max Aston plays up the boards. That one gets intercepted. Good stick there by the Abbotsford Canucks line to prevent that pass from getting out front. Montreal controlling shot to the front net. Lankinen can't get it. P.O. Joseph flips the puck off the boards and out up to the blue line. Can't get it out though. Flipped in over the top of Lankinen's head. Oh, Lankinen with a save. Puck goes up high. Back up front, high slot. Montreal playing it across the blue line. Shot there. That one goes off a stick and wide into the corner far side. P.O. Joseph pins his man to the board, loses the puck. Marcus Pettersson watching that man as he skates up the half boards. He skates back down the boards. Doc puts it back to the blue line across into the faceoff circle. Far side. They skate to the high slot. Looking for a shot. One-timer blocked by Sasson. Sasson doesn't have a stick and he still blocks it. And then P.O. Joseph goes down in the corner and it looks like he's got a Montreal stick all wrapped up in his legs. So it looks like P.O. Joseph drawing a penalty. And Big Mac's like, let's go Blue Jays! And then Calvin's like, let's do the wave! Woo! And then KJ Brazy's like, attaboy, Sasson! Woo! And then People's First is like, Vancouver PB. And then Big Mac's like, woo! And then Pick Freddy's like, woo! Who scored for Vancouver? Petey scored. If Demko is so good, why haven't the Canucks won more than one round with him in 5 years? Because he only was in the playoffs once. That's why. Veteran move by Joseph. Face off in the Montreal zone. First power play units out. Major General's doing the wave too. PD can't win it. Oh, and then Garland steps in, puts it off the board, but Montreal picks it up. Now they're skating in. Now they got a breakaway shorthanded. Oh, he puts it off the post. He beats Lankinen, but he can't beat the iron. Canucks played across the neutral zone. Quinn Hughes will go back into his own zone. Quinn Hughes did not read that play well. I'm starting to get worried about Quinn Hughes. DeBrusk skates down the far side boards. Dishes over for Garland. Garland puts it back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes down for Petey. Petey on the half boards. Back over to Hughes. Hughes shot to the front of the net. That one goes off a skate wide. Pettersson picks it up on the blue line near side. Fakes a pass. Fakes a shot. Spins. Puts it down low to the goal line. Back up for Pettersson. Pettersson back over Hughes. Hughes with a slap shot. And scores! Tipped in front by DeBrusk, I think, but Quinn Hughes with a shot from the point, and the Vancouver Canucks have taken a 2-0 lead against the Montreal Canadiens with a point shot on the power play by Quinn Hughes, tipped in front by Jake DeBrusk, and there it is. Showing up. You love to see it. Jake DeBrusk with a nice tip in front, and then Swervin's like, goal? Question mark? Everywhere. Go, 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 go. Let's fucking go, says KJ Brazy. And then Shannon says, go, 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 go. And KJ Brazy says, go, 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 go. Yeah, so DeBrusk takes it down low. Pettersson back up to Hughes. Hughes with a slap shot, and DeBrusk gets a little piece of it. So Hughes, oh, it looks like it got tipped twice, actually. I think the Montreal player got a stick on it. And then DeBrusk got a stick on it as well. And I didn't stop the clock. Plays back underway. 13 minutes left to go in the second period here. Montreal in the zone. Shot wide on the net. Puck comes up the boards. Sherwood skates on it over the blue line in the Montreal zone. Shot at the front of the net. His stick explodes. He throws a hit, separates the man from the puck. Good work by Sherwood to throw a hit. Canucks keep it in. Hronek throws it down, ends up behind the net for Ratu. Ratu picks it up. He plays it up the boards. Back to the blue line. Marcus Pettersson skates the middle. Passes it for Hronek. Hronek shoots it towards the net, deflects just wide. Looks like Dobes might have gotten a piece of it. Sherwood plays it behind the net. Ratu skates down on Hudson, hits him, but can't get the puck. Montreal passes out to the neutral zone. They'll bring it in over the blue line. They play it down the boards, in behind the net. O'Connor, first one onto it. He plays it up the board. Montreal's there to intercept it. Canucks carry it out now. Lucas Reichel down the near side boards, looks to the middle, waits. Pass across the zone over for DPD, who plays it down low in front. Pass gets blocked. Kane trying to put it over Besser. Poked back to the blue line. DPD with a shot to the front of net. I don't think Dobes ever saw that one. It ends up going out of play. off of like a shin pad or something. Oh my God. Go Canucks glow. Go Canucks glow. Go Canucks glow. Gee, says Andrew. Hachiko says, goal, 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 goal. Major General says, goal, goal. Mike Torrance says, yay. Barbershop says, doesn't matter if you're hurt. That's part of the game. Oilers will win the cup against Florida if McDryde aren't hurt. B, can you imagine a third Stanley Cup Finals in a row, Edmonton versus Florida? Cal McKenzie, goal, 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 goal. Swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar. Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden. Trevor Linden, what's up, my dude? Nice to see ya. Coach Rob Willie in the house. What's up, Coach Rob Willie? Goal, 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 goal. And Andrew's like, woo! Calvin 99 Charlie, if Peoples put the goal emoji, put the goal emote, I know they scored. Yep. Huggy! Daniel Lozette, goal, goal, goal. And then Big Mac's like, goal, goal, goal. Boom. Goal, 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 goal. And then Big Hog is like, bang. And then Michael Chow's like, Hughes, heard you talking it smack. Yeah. So it ends up being a DeBrusque goal, but yeah, Hughes with a shot from the point. Frank Borgen, Dobby, go, go. Big Hog hockey, go, 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 go. Swerve Nervin, go, 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 go. B-Dog in the chat. Welcome, B-Dog. Nice to see you. Go, 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 go. And then Keith with the go, 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 go. And Carol also go, 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 go. Eric Hunter donating a gifted membership. Let's scroll all the way back up. That one goes out to Get Your Paper Route. Paper Route. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter, for the donated membership. And congratulations to Get Your Paper Route. You'll love to see it. Eric, you're a saint. Royale, who scored? ESPN shows goal by Hughes. Royale, welcome. I will show you. DeBrusque tipped the shot from Quinn Hughes. So got a piece of it. Quinn Hughes with a shot from the point, and DeBrusque tipped it in front. EP40 with an assist. So EP40 with a 2-point night so far. Welcome to the chat, Royale. Nice to see ya. Just changed to DeBrusque. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you got your answer anyways. The PP doesn't need no blue pill tonight. Trevor Linden. And then he appears. Nice tip. Just the tip, just to see how it feels. Montreal wins the draw in their own zone. DeBrusque with his second goal of the year. Montreal skates through the blue line. Drop pass, shot to the front of net. Langinen with a save. Rebound gets cleared by Hronek. He then blocks a shot to the front of the net. Montreal plays it behind the net. Back to the blue line, shot to the front, tipped wide, ends up on the near side boards. Montreal picks it up there, looking to play it down low. Matheson plays it into the middle, blocked by Reichel. And then the puck got cleared to the far side corner. Reichel almost didn't know what it looked like he was going to do. Lankinen with a save off of a puck. Some crazy stuff happening in the zone. Canucks shoot the puck all the way down the ice. And that's going to be an icing call against the Canucks. Learn the rules. With 11:17 that left to go. Do the DeBrusque all alone in front. This is the DeBrusque, right? Hunter hype! Laugh out loud, Calvin. The DeBrusque shuffle. Just the tip. Just the tips. Sausage party. Laugh out loud. Face off in the Canucks zone. Reichel couldn't win it. Montreal wins it. Hudson on the blue line. Skates down the boards. Bester stays with him. Pass out front. Montreal couldn't get it. Kane couldn't get to that puck. Now pass to the middle, and Quinn Hughes will skate out of the zone. Over the Montreal blue line. Down the boards. Stops up in the corner. Skates back up the boards. Passes back to the blue line for Sherwood. Sherwood down for Hronek. Hronek looking in front. Tries a shot. That ends up going around the boards and out. Sherwood hits his man. Takes him right down. Good job, Sherwood. Comes up with the puck. Now Sherwood goes down behind him, puts it back to the blue line for Myers. Myers passes across the blue line for DPD. DPD puts it down low, and Sherwood gets a piece of it, plays it down the boards, picked up by O'Connor. O'Connor in behind the net. Montreal looks tired. O'Connor comes out and takes a shot, and that one goes off of a stick and out of play. Good work by the Canucks. Get that puck down low. And thank you to, Dagio. Major General with a gifted membership for the second goal. Aiden Kelly. Aiden Kelly, congratulations on getting a gifted membership. And thank you very much, Major General. That'll go straight to Dobby's College Education Fund. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Colin Whitehead, the longer the Jays are in this game, the more it makes a comeback possible. Yeah, 1-0 still there. Dodgers lead. Puck got put out of play. Is that a penalty or is that off the glass? No, it looks like it's just off the glass now. So no penalty. Attaboy, Major. Is it awkward for germaphobes that we have Lucas Reichel now? There's a dad joke if I ever saw one. 100%. Dow, go, Major hype. More of that from Sherwood, please. Yep. Prickfetti, I think I know your name. Laugh out loud. Does it start with M? Prickfetti. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Aiding, any relationship to R? Way to go, Major. Montreal loses the puck. Canucks move out. Carlson knocked off the puck. Montreal works it out. They'll pass it all the way down into the Canucks zone, but it looks like it ends up being offside. So the Abbey line with getting a chance, but Carlson getting hit, losing the puck, couldn't get a shot off. Oh, yeah. Colin Whitehead, barbershop, sorry for, but McCrybaby and Dry did nothing 2 years in a row after game 3 in the finals. They will never win a cup in Edmonton. Ooh, Colin Whitehead, cast and shade. Springer, bapped. Double. Dobby, keep scoring. I want more treats. DeBrusque trade, question mark. Hi, Dobby, says Coach Rob Will. Yeah, Dobby's in chat today. Black Lab 27's back. Welcome back, Black Lab. Nice to see you. Let's give her, Canucks. Springer hits a dinger. Hi, Carol, says Shannon. Dobby, hi, Coach Rob Willie. Thomas, let's get a goal for Dobby. Toronto about to take the lead soon. Let's fucking go. Bottom of the first. Still 1-0. I can show this to you guys too. 1-0. What is this? What is this? I guess they're changing it. Look at this too. It's the same as like the I think it's like the same thing that the NHL is using too with the player tracking. So you can actually see where the players are on the field, which is kind of cool. So yeah, 1-0, end of the first. So Toronto couldn't score there, but we'll see what happens. Let's go Blue Jays, says Big Mac. Barbershop Window says Demko excuse for sucking is because he's made of glass. Got it. Yep. Beautiful, pure glass. DeBrusque must be in stream when they heard Dusty talking about him. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Hughes and DeBrusque both heard us talking smack, and so they decided to team up for a goal. 18 to 13 shots. Not terrible. Yep. Looks like they took 2 shots away from each team, or 1 shot away from each team. So it's 17 to 12 now. Back to the bar. Puck is dropped. Montreal has it in the neutral zone. Digging on the boards. Garland works it out for Pettersson. Pettersson skates down. Drag move. Can't get through. DeBrusque follows up. Shot to the front net. Dobes makes the save. Good work by the Canucks to work that puck down low and getting a chance. DeBrusque plays it down low, but in offside, so the faceoff will come outside the line. Dobes might have made the save with the face on that one. Pettersson tries to get a drag move. Puck rolled on him, but DeBrusque follows up, shoots it. Yeah, right off the noggin. Dobes just heads it down like he's playing soccer. Every time I heard Dobes, I picture a dog playing goal. Montreal wins the draw. Playing in their own zone for a minute. They'll skate through center, get to the red line and dump it in. Puck rings around the boards. DeBrusque takes it there, but loses it to a Montreal player. They'll get it at the blue line and shoot it down. Ends up behind the net. Garland picks it up on the near side boards. He flips it up. Pettersson tips it and manages to get it across the blue line for Hughes. Hughes with some speed over the blue line. He stops up, Looks to the middle, pass across for DeBrusque. Over Pedersen. Pedersen with a shot. That one gets deflected off a stick. Hughes puts it down low. Vancouver plays it out front. DeBrusque with a shot. And Dobes makes another head save, I think. And the puck ends up behind the net. Montreal getting pinned in their zone by the Canucks. Good work there to get it down low. Good play on the boards by Petey to play to the middle for Hughes, too. P.O. Joseph picks it up in his own zone, plays it over for Marcus Pedersen. Plays it up to the blue line for the Canucks. Kane takes a pass on the far side. Shot to the front of net. Dobes makes the save. Montreal picks up the rebound and they'll skate through the neutral zone. Good work by Marcus Pedersen to stop the Montreal player from getting in the zone. P.O. Joseph comes out from behind his own net. Slowly passes up. Tipped into the Montreal zone by Besser. Reichel in on the forecheck, but Montreal is able to get out. P.O. Joseph picks it up again. Don't screw this up, P.O. Don't screw it up. Besser intercepts a pass out of the zone. Has it on the half boards. Plays it back for Baines, who's out. Oh, no, it's Reichel's out. Reichel gets a piece of that pass. So that allows Myers, who gets interfered with. And they actually got it. Oh, my goodness gracious. Can you believe it? The referees caught that. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Tyler Myers got interfered with, and they actually caught the call, so the Canucks will go to the power play. All the guys who need a point, getting them. Yep, our best players are getting the points. Major hype. What? No response, Barbershop? I thought germaphobe was about germs, not Germans. Laugh out loud. Calvin 99 Charlie's just like, oh, dad jokes. That's the joke. Am I dumb? Laugh out loud. No, you're not dumb. You're beautiful. And we love you, Calvin. You said it, Calvin, not me. Jude Bentham. Dobby eating good tonight. Yeah. So far, he's got 2. Face off in the Montreal zone. Montreal does win the draw, though. And they'll flip the puck all the way down the ice. The Canucks are 1 for 2 so far, so this will be their 3rd power play of the game. I wasn't going to say anything, Calvin says Big Mac. Oh, the Canucks with a bad pass in the neutral zone. Quinn Hughes picks it up in his own zone. Shannon says Dobby. Canucks through the neutral zone, get it over the blue line. Pass down low. Canucks swarm. Pedersen plays it back to the blue line. Hughes walks down the blue line towards us. Fakes a shot. Looks back to the point. Pedersen plays it down low for Garland. Garland fakes a pass back to Pedersen. Hughes down on the half boards. He'll skate to the middle. And now Petey takes a pass on the feet. He plays it down low for DeBrusque. DeBrusque plays it into the slot. That gets tipped. And then the Montreal Canadiens will clear it all the way down the ice. Just over a minute left to go on the power play. Quinn Hughes slowly out of his zone. Passes over Garland. Garland dishes for Besser. Hughes keeps the puck in. He spins on the blue line, skates into the... Oh, no, they're going to call it. Did the Canucks just take a penalty? Looks like Linus Karlsson going to the box. Linus Karlsson wasn't even going to the box. He was going back to the bench. Let's see this interference. Wow, that's a makeup call if I ever saw that. He skated in front of him. Yeah, I agree with that. Boo. What? 4-on-4 now. Yep. Well, Barbershop said Habs are pissed off the refs. They won't get many calls today. Well, they just got a really easy one. Do you think I am to blame for the loss against the Predators? No, Derek. I told you, you're not to blame. Face off inside the Canucks zone. 4-on-4 for 54 seconds. And then the Montreal Canadiens will get their second power play for a minute. Quinn Hughes and Hronek still out there. DeBrusque is there too. DeBrusque takes it from Hronek. They'll start skating out. Speed. Shot to the front of net. That one gets blocked. Now Reichel's out there too. Montreal skates in. Montreal stops up on the half boards. Back to the blue line. Pass across. Right on the blue line. Hudson skates it. Hudson down the boards now. Gets hit. Can't get a pass out front. Blocked by Hronek. 20 seconds left to go on the 4-on-4. on the half boards. Kirby Dach stumbles, keeps the puck though. Montreal just on the outside. Looks like they're just going to wait until their power play starts here. Now they skate down, shot to the front of net. Lankinen gets a piece of it and directs it over the boards and out of play. 2 seconds left to go on the 4-on-4. And I did not start the clock, apparently. So let's update that with 5:51 left to go in the second period of play. Swervin says, Russell's BAP dad. See, son, this is how the big boys play. Might be a pro dad. See, son, this is how the big boys play. Dad, why are you so mean? So what happened to No Shoei? His first at bat, I heard he was good. Play second fiddle. Sorry, typo. That's okay. Rather play second fiddle to the Panthers than the Oil Kings. Laugh out loud. Gary Wiseman's laughing and crying. Big Mac's got a wink going on. Because he said that Calvin was dumb, but he doesn't actually mean it. We should clarify that. Hey, our goalies are getting paid $5 million total. How about your non-successful goalies? Ha 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 ha. Calvin 99 Charlie, laugh out loud. You guys should have just went with it. I would have looked so dumb. Laugh out loud. Ask the Polish about Germans. Successful. We don't need money to be good. We do it for the game. Fair enough. Funny how the Oilers fans bash Demko, but when you hold their team to their shit, they shut up fast. Well, they always give Demko shit, but if we were to be like, hey, we'll give you Demko, they would be like, yup. Barbershop, sad that the Abby team is the hype of hockey in BC. Nucks play second fiddle to Abby. Still 1-0 for LA, but the Jays will pull ahead soon. Yeah, middle of the second, still 1-0. Back to the bar. No, they won't. We don't brag about our goalies. Haha, we know they ain't shit. Barbershop and the Oilers play second fiddle to the Panthers every year. Power play! Yeah, and then it didn't last long. Hockey's about competition. Barber, we aren't here to hate on the person that's better. We're here to learn from them. So glad Foots kept Gar with PD. Yep. Terrible Empires on the ball for call. Face-off won by the Montreal Canadiens. They go to the power play now. Marcus Pettersson picks it up, flips it up for Garland. Garland up the boards. Canucks might move out. They've got a 2-on-1 now. Tyler Myers moving in with a shot off the blocker and into the corner. Garland skates onto the rebound. And the Canucks will keep Montreal pinned. 45 seconds left to go on the power play. We got Garland and Sherwood out there with Marcus Pettersson and Tyler Myers. Montreal has control in the zone on the half boards, playing it down low, back to the blue line. Hudson plays it down the boards. On the half board, Suzuki looks to the middle, back to Hudson on the blue line, back down to Suzuki, even further down the boards. Puck in front, shot to the front of the net, pass across, and Montreal with some good passing all the way down the ice and into the back of the net. On the power play, Montreal has made it a 1-goal game with chaos in front of the net. I am German Canadian. I can confirm German phobes hate Germans. Well, at least they hate me. Let's see how this all goes. Suzuki passes back up, shot to the front of the net, and then down low for Suzuki. He was all alone, stacked too deep. Tyler Myers was taking Caulfield in front. Suzuki was behind him. Garland's not happy about it because Garland got knocked down in front of the net. So either way, we'll give the assist to the refs on that one because that was a terrible penalty call on Carlson. Lankinen plays it up the boards. Kane lifts the stick to get the puck. Now Montreal plays it at the half boards. Shot gets blocked by Kane. Kane off the boards and up to the blue line, kept in there. Montreal gets checked by Lucas. And Reichel plays it out to center. Reichel over for Kane. Kane loses the puck to Hudson. Puck rung around the boards. Besser can't get it. Now Montreal plays it back down the boards. 4:20 left to go in the second period of play. Eric Hunter's like swear jar. Quinn Hughes over the blue line. Cuts to the far side. Plays the puck down low. Shot to the front net. Dobez with the save off Kane. Kane with a little bit of pressure. $2 dono from Eric Hunter. Thank you very much. We appreciate the $2 dono, sir. Matheson walks the blue line. Shot to the front of the net. Quinn Hughes clears it to the corner. DeBrusque is there. He'll play it over for Petey. Petey can't get the puck out past the blue line. He'll follow up. Puck down low. Puck in front. Montreal puts it behind the net. Out front, into the slot, across the zone. Good stick there by Hughes to deflect that pass away. Now across to the near side. Shot to the front of the net. Ooh, and Lankinen comes across and makes a save as the puck bounces off the end boards, and Montreal gets a chance right there. The Montreal net apparently has been off for a bit back there, so now that the Canucks are skating up the ice, they are going to blow it down. Pettersson has a word for the referee on that one. I wonder where the faceoff goes then, because the whistle got blown. Do the hanky-panky and you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. Refs aren't good guys. Nope. No, Garland went down thinking Demidov was going to shoot. Ah, that's what it was. He was mad at himself. Canucks win the draw. Joe Connor flips the puck in. The Canucks are offside, though. So they will blow the whistle because the Canucks were offside and didn't realize it. So 2:59 left to go in the second period of play. Barbershop, if you're such a big Oilers fan, why are you here watching a Canucks stream? Just asking. Eric Hype, I'm a Habs fan today. Nothing else to do here in Edmonton. Down the ice, Lankinen will just cover it up with a couple of Montreal players crashing the net. 2:49 left to go in the second period of play. What a save. Yep. Barber equals bandwagoner. I'm joking, YouTube. I don't actually mean that. Actually laugh out loud. Boo. Swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar. Yep. Boo. Oh no. Canucks lose a draw in their own zone. Montreal skates across the high slot. Pass. Shot to the front of that. That gets blocked. Marcus Pettersson plays it up the boards. Sherwood with no stick. Throws a hit. Takes his man down. Takes Hudson down. Oh, and the Canucks get the puck in the slot. Ratchet with a shot to the front of the net. Gets deflected off. Sherwood comes in and just smokes Hudson because he didn't have a stick. That was amazing. Do that more, Sherwood. Reichel, pass up to the neutral zone. Canucks skated in. Caught flat-footed was Drew O'Connor, but he keeps control. Passes up the boards, but he gets past Sherwood. Sherwood was not expecting that back pass. Montreal flips into the far side corner. First one onto it is Reichel. Plays it over for DPD. DPD off the boards out to the neutral zone. Besser picks it up. He drops it over for Reichel. Reichel up the boards. That one gets blocked. He picks it back up. He'll flip the puck into the far side corner. Canucks move in on the forecheck. Couple hits there. Can't come up with the puck, though. Puck can't get out of the zone, and then the puck goes down low, and Lankinen slaps it to the corner. That was not really English, but you guys got the gist of it, right? Tyler Myers plays it up the boards. Besser defers, plays it back to the blue line. Montreal controlling, flips it, blocked shot, and then the puck gets chipped down the ice. Not enough for icing, I don't think. And Dobson will play it across the zone over for Matheson. Back to Dobson. Dobson up the boards. Puck goes all the way down the ice. And apparently no icing. So, don't know why, but Pettersson tries to pick up a bouncing puck. Montreal picks it up in their own zone. Montreal playing pass in their own zone. Hudson through the neutral zone. Fights off Pettersson, but loses the puck. just like Pedersen planned it. Garland takes a pass from Myers at center, gets immediately checked. Now they're battling on the boards. DeBrusque's in there too. Tyler Myers steps up. He takes that puck away, and the Canucks cleared out to the neutral zone. 34 seconds left to go in the period. Puck down the ice. And now that's going to be icing because the referees and the linesmen have finally figured it out. Montreal found their legs. That is true. Oof, Petey got a manhandle by Lane Hudson, but Lane Hudson lost the puck, so that's all that really matters, right, KJ? White Ave was so much busier than the downtown core forever in Dedmonton. Weird seeing Montreal 76 out there, and it's not Subban. Party scene is lame, but I'm not 18 anymore, so I'm out of the loop. Fair enough. So after the icing call, 28 seconds left to go. The Canucks will take a face-off. Reichel taking it in the offensive zone. He loses it. Montreal plays it around the boards to the near side, then flipping it up to the blue line in the neutral zone. Montreal brings in an offside now. Now we got 16 seconds, we'll call it 15.4. Nah, we'll call it 15. We round down because it's 0.4, right? So face-off will be just outside the Canucks blue line here. Yeah, and it should be noted that the face-offs have gone wildly the wrong way now. Montreal's won a lot of face-offs in this period, so back to the bar. 15 seconds left to go. Face-off just outside. Ratu takes it and wins it. Hronek rings around the boards. Kept down low by the Montreal Canadiens. They'll try and get one more chance. Puck played behind the net. 4 seconds left. Puck to the blue line. Tipped in front. And they can't finish it off with the puck bouncing around in the slot. And that, just like that, will go into the second intermission of play. 2-1. Montreal gets one back. But the Canucks are still leading. So we're happy about that, right? We're still happy about that, aren't we? All right. So to start, we need to grab the appropriate uniform for this next segment. So we're going to finish the chapter of Nothing is Perfect, Never Boring, the up and down history of the Vancouver Canucks by Ed Willis. So we got to get the appropriate jersey on. The beauty Trevor Linden jersey. You'll love to see it. Cool? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the book, Never Boring, and we're going to go head over to the fireplace room. All right? All right. Last time, as we read Never Boring, the up and down history of the Vancouver Canucks by Ed Willis, we heard about Smythe, the obnoxious owner of the Toronto Maple Leafs, coming to Vancouver to want to build a stadium. We went through a brief history of the stadiums that had been built in Vancouver and all the failed attempts to build new ones. We pick up with Smythe meeting with the mayor in Vancouver to discuss the situation. The initial response from City Hall was guarded. Mayor Bill Rathie said he'd invite Smythe to Vancouver for talks, but Kearney's article was the first he'd heard of the proposal. Cy McLean, who was the head of the group exploring a downtown site, said he was interested. Jack Bain, president of the Vancouver Visitors and Convention Bureau, said, "We've been trying to get something on the road for many years, and we shouldn't waste any time looking into this." That was also Smythe's view. When asked by Kearney whether he was ready to start construction if he was given the land, he said, "Watch my dust." When asked if the project required financing, he said, "I've got something better. I've got money." He just didn't have enough support in Vancouver. Smythe's proposal generated headlines for a couple of days in May 1964, but it soon became apparent the response from the city's power brokers was lukewarm. Kearney tried to do his part, pointing out that the land around the Queen Elizabeth Theatre consisted of old houses, vacant lots, and a couple of service stations. He estimated the land earned the city about $40,000 in taxes, but a new arena would bring in $180,000. Smythe and his allies would keep the pressure up in the weeks and months after the story first broke. In a May 13th Wire story, he said, "There is no chance Vancouver will get a franchise without a new building." The next day, Mayor Rathie said city planners had started gathering information on a new arena. 3 weeks later, in his column, Kearney opened, Smythe is prepared to gamble $8 million in the construction of a new downtown arena. It must be a gamble. If it were certain profit maker, private Vancouver money would have constructed the building long ago. Yes, imagine gambling on real estate in downtown Vancouver. Later, in the same piece, Kearney offered this ominous take. Smythe has something going for him that no other ownership unconnected with the NHL can claim. He's an NHL governor, and he carries weight in the matter of expansion. The columnist didn't mention that weight could be applied for or against Vancouver in equal measure. The momentum of Smythe's grand plan began to slow. With the city shuffling its feet, he rejected a parcel of land in Burnaby. He rejected the city's offer to lease the land around the Queen Elizabeth Theatre. By the fall of '64, the QE was the only site under discussion. And according to Rathie, the cost to the city would have been $1.3 million. From then on, the taxpayers will make nothing but profits, said the mayor. He was right, but few in Vancouver wanted to hear the future windfall generated by a new arena. The plan was eventually to put to a plebiscite in the mayoral election of December 9th. The day before the vote, Kearney made one last attempt to rally support. The plebiscite boils down to one question. Do you or do you not want a downtown Coliseum, he wrote. If the voters turn it down, it will likely be 20 years or more before a building is erected. Way off there, Jimbo. It would actually be 30 years before the dream of a downtown arena was realized. But in 1964, the citizens of Vancouver sent a clear message to Smythe. His proposal was defeated 34,844 to 27,205 in the plebiscite. And that with that vote, a lot of things changed for Vancouver's NHL aspirations. Smythe is perfectly cast as the heel of this story. A pugnacious bantam rooster of a man, he inherited his father's imperious carriage without any of the old man's guile. Even his supporters, Kearney among them, recognized that his personality created problems. Smythe has a natural abrasive personality, an inborn cockiness that does little to enhance his public relations, he wrote. Smythe wasted little time in playing to character. In the aftermath of the plebiscite, the Leafs president called Vancouver a Bush League city and said it would be a generation before Vancouver got a sniff of NHL hockey. While that generation turned out to be just 3 years, the vote seemed to derail Vancouver's expansion bid, even if things did look promising for a while. With the arena issue unresolved half a year later, Prime Minister Lester Pearson announced the federal government would provide $2 million toward the construction of a new rink in Vancouver. BC Premier W.A.C. Bennett committed another $2 million from the province, while Rathie said the city could contribute $1 million. That's $5 million. Would be the seed money for a new 14,000-seat arena built on the Peony grounds. There was also talk about a Texas group building a 15,000-seat covered stadium in Burnaby, modeled after the Houston Astrodome, but that proposal died quickly. Vancouver seemed like a lock to land one of the NHL's 6 new expansion franchises in 1967. It now appears that Vancouver is well on its way to meeting our requirements, Clarence Campbell had said before the league's big announcement. We have had requests for franchise application forms from 3 or 4 responsible groups, all of whom I think would be capable of operating a team in that city. Actually, one group would have done the trick, because when it came to make its presentation, the Vancouver bid choked. Looking back, it's hard to conceive how any city's heavy hitters couldn't cobble together the $2 million expansion fee the NHL was demanding. But when the bid process reached the serious stage, the main players started tripping over each other. The first drama involved an attempt to buy the WHL's Canucks from the owner Fred Hume, a former Vancouver mayor who bought the franchise in 1962 and kept it afloat for 4 years. Leading that charge was a coalition headed by local oilman Frank McMahon and newspaper publisher Max Bell, who were Campbell's preferred group to own the Vancouver franchise. They believed buying the Canucks was the first step towards securing an NHL franchise. The problem with that, Hume, who passed away in 1967, wasn't keen on selling to McMahon Group and threw in the aforementioned Cy McLean, the head of BC Tel. Both groups were still involved in the hunt in mid-October 1965. At that point, the NHL indicated a joint application would be accepted, and on October 20th, the province published a story under the headline, "It's official, we're in the NHL." 1 week later, McMahon's group dropped out. Campbell was pissed. I'm personally disappointed the McMahon group has withdrawn. It's going to require a maximum effort by many people to bring Major League Hockey to Vancouver. Undaunted, McLean, Hume, White Spot founder Nat Bailey, and others made a presentation to the NHL Board of Governors with the group's newest director, legendary broadcaster Foster Hewitt. For reasons that remain unclear, the McLean Group felt the Leafs play-by-play man was the missing ingredient in the consortium. He wasn't. The bid, which required unanimous support from the NHL board, was soundly dismissed on February 9th, 1966. In less than a year, Vancouver's entry had gone from certified slam dunk to an embarrassing public rejection, with Campbell expressing his opinion not too subtly. It would have been in the best interest of the NHL to have another Canadian franchise, he said later. It's too bad Vancouver fumbled the ball so badly when they had it in the first place. Smythe, of course, voted against Vancouver, then laid out his reasons for anyone who'd listen. Too many 10%ers, he sniffed. They've got 10 guys with little bits of actions instead of 1 or 2 who make the decisions. I'm flabbergasted the presentation could be so stupid in having its strength spread through 10 people. Imagine an NHL governor spouting off that way in Gary Bettman's NHL. And Smythe wasn't done. Vancouver's lost its chance the day it turned down the referendum on our arena proposal, Smythe said. That proved to me that the people out there aren't interested in going major league. So, did Smith kill the Canucks' chances in the first round of expansion? Well, in spurning the Leafs president, Vancouver created a formidable enemy in the league where one vote could kill a deal. Their pre-expansion NHL was run by a handful of plutocrats, the Norris family, which owned or co-owned the Blackhawks, Rangers, and Red Wings. The Molsons in Montreal, Smythe and Campbell, coupled with Campbell's disenchantment with the McLean Group, the city was fighting 2 of the most powerful men in hockey. There were other reasons the Vancouver bid failed. The NHL was chasing dreams of a U.S. television contract and believed adding 6 new American teams, including 2 on the West Coast in Los Angeles and Oakland, would attract the big American networks. Elsewhere on the TV front, Montreal and Toronto weren't keen on splitting the Canadian TV money with a third party. The usual backroom shenanigans were also in play. St. Louis didn't launch a formal bid, but the dilapidated St. Louis arena was owned by James Norris and Arthur Wirtz, who also owned the Blackhawks, and they saw an opportunity to unload their building. Guess who was awarded a franchise in 1967? There was a public outcry when the 6 expansion teams were announced, led by Prime Minister Pearson, who proclaimed the NHL's decision to expand in the US impinges on the sacred principle of all Canadians. But with everything stacked against Vancouver, it wasn't a complete surprise their NHL ambitions were put on hold. That didn't make the next 3 years any less interesting, even if the arena proved to be the least of Vancouver's worries. Construction began on the PNE site in June 1966, and the new 15,000-seat arena was completed 18 months later, when the Pacific Coliseum opened its doors. The first event was an ice capade show. The first hockey game was played 8 days later, with the WHL Canucks falling, of course, to the Providence Reds 4-2 in front of 12,403 fans. That loss generated the following headlines in the Sun. Rink great, team blah. Elsewhere in the city, things were anything but dull as Vancouver continued to chase an NHL franchise. The Oakland Seals struggled mightily in their first year of existence, and by the end of 1967-68 season, they were looking for a way out of the Bay Area. The Labatt Brewing Company of Toronto offered to buy the team and move them up the coast to Vancouver, which seemed like a swell idea until it was rejected repeatedly by the NHL. In May 1968, Labatt president Peter Hardy announced that the WHL Canucks had turned down 3 proposals from the brewery, and 2 sides were at an impasse. The reason for the impasse soon became clear. About a year after the NHL rejected the McLean's group's bid, McLean and McMahon again joined forces and brought the redoubtable sports and entrepreneur Coley Hall into the fold. A man of his time, there was a Coley Hall in virtually every major city in Canada in the 1960s. Part hardman, part hustler, part huckster, he got his start in business, according to the legend, by winning a tobacco and newsstand in an all-night poker game, which led to ownership in a string of hotels. Hall's first love was baseball. He had tried out for the Pacific Coast League's San Francisco Seals before returning to Vancouver, where he starred and managed in the city's senior league. In 1945, he learned the Pacific Coast Hockey League was starting up again and nabbed the lease at the Forum, then installed the Canucks as its primary tenant. The new team was named for Canadian comic book hero Johnny Canuck. And Hall got the idea from bootlegger pal. Somehow it seemed to fit. Hall also carried a presence and authority in Vancouver, and about the time Hardy was announced that talks had broken down with Labatt, Hall stepped up and explained why the deal had gone south. 1, Vancouver didn't want to jeopardize its franchise in the WHL. And 2, McMahon-McLean-Hall Group would attend the NHL meetings in New York that summer, where they'd submit their own application for an expansion franchise. The game was back on. Again, it seemed the city was building towards entry in the NHL. In the summer of 1968, the owners of the WHL Canucks made an extraordinary move of buying the Rochester Americans of the American Hockey League, the reigning Calder Cup champions, for a figure that's generally reported at $500,000. That deal gave the Canucks access to 31 players, including a group that would form the nucleus of back-to-back WHL camp champions in 68-69 and 69-70. It would also bring Punch Imlach and Joe Crozier into the picture, but more on them later. Hall said the reason for the purchase was simple. It's the beginning of an organization we feel will bring Vancouver NHL by next season, or at the latest, 70-71. On cue, the NHL announced in October of 1969 it would be adding 2 new teams for the 70-71 season, and everything seemed to be in place for the Canucks. They had an NHL-ready building, they had an ownership group, they had a farm team stocked with a handful of NHL caliber players. It seemed nothing could go wrong this time. But remember, these are the Canucks. And with that, we'll pause there and continue on next time when we read from Never Boring, the Up and Down History of the Vancouver Canucks by Ed Willis. Oh, love some Never Boring, huh? We'll eventually get through the chapter. Take the uniform off here. Oh, my hair's all messy now, eh? You'll love to see it. A beautiful Vancouver Canucks classic black skate jersey from Trevor Linden. Autographed by Trevor Linden for everyone who didn't see that one already. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. It's the third period should get underway pretty quick here between the Vancouver Canucks and the Montreal Canadiens. Let's see, what's the score in the MLB game? It is 1-1 now, so they have tied it up. The buzzer is gone. That means they're about to drop the puck. The third period in Vancouver. So the Montreal Canadiens have gone to the power play, which is interesting. So apparently, Ratu took a penalty right at the end of the period for tripping Brendan Gallagher. So the Canucks are killing off another power play against the Montreal Canadiens. So that's pretty whacked out. Back to the bar. Ooh, Montreal gives the puck away. Holland almost had a breakaway. Now he'll stop behind the net. Passes in front. Chopped on net by Drew O'Connor. Now Drew O'Connor intercepts it. He puts it back into the slot. Marcus Pettersson plays it over for Garland. Garland slaps around the board. Stobis comes out and stops it behind his net. O'Connor pressuring up the ice. Montreal over their own blue line. 1 minute left to go on their power play to start this period. Slavkovsky puts it down low. Marcus Pettersson can't quite get it. Back to Caulfield on the point. Over for Hudson. Hudson down low for Slavkovsky. He stops up on the half boards. Canucks in their diamond formation. Pass across the slot. Good block by Sherwood. And then they'll clear the puck up to the blue line. Kept in there by Hudson. Hudson plays it down for Slavkovsky again. Pass across the zone. Demidov passes over for Suzuki. Suzuki in behind the net. Montreal plays it back to the blue line. Hudson across for Demidov. Demidov skates the blue line. Passes down for Suzuki. Back to Hudson. Pass down low and goes just wide of the net. Caulfield picks it up on the blue line. 15 seconds left to go on the power play. Shot to the front of the net. Rebound. And the Montreal Canadiens on the power play have tied the game up. With the rebound that came to the side, it looks like it was maybe Demidov put the puck in the net. And Montreal makes it a 2-2 game here in Vancouver with a... I would like to see the tripping call on Ratu, but either way, rebound comes to the side, off the end boards. And who finishes it off? It looks like it might be Slavkovsky. Puck gets shot and a pass across. Oh, yeah. And Slavkovsky scores with the stick breaking as well. That's crazy. I've never seen that. He manages to finish it off and his stick breaks as he's shooting it and he just drops the stick. That's crazy. Boo. Yeah, absolutely, Zach. Boo, says People's First. Canadiens are 2 for 2 on the power play, tying up the game early in the third. Vancouver gives away the puck in their own zone. Montreal skates out from behind the net, trying to pass it out front, blocked by Myers and Hughes. Myers takes a minute, plays it behind the net, past Hughes. Vassar plays it to the middle. Canucks break out now. Reichel into the zone. Puts the puck into the corner, can't skate onto it. Montreal plays it up to the blue line. Intercepted there, but Montreal picks it back up and they'll put it down low. Quinn Hughes getting ridden to the boards. Myers is there to support as well. In behind, Hughes gets double teamed and loses the puck. Montreal flips it behind the net. Vassar skates to the boards, try and get it. Montreal gets there first. Far side, down low, behind the net. Back up the boards. Vancouver's Kane actually chips it out, ends up going all the way down the ice in the Montreal zone. Kane gets mobbed, and then Montreal skates it out. 3 of them over the blue line. Looking across the slot, shot to the front net. Lankinen makes an easy save. DP picks it up. He puts it back down low for Hronek. Phil Hronek plays it up the boards, passed out to center. And now a partial break for DeBrusk. He takes a shot, and Dobes makes a save. Puck comes to the side. Pettersson skates onto it, puts it down low. DeBrusk misses the puck, ends up behind the net. Montreal plays it up the boards. Gallagher gets mobbed by DPD. Yeah, DPD. Hronek, first one back onto it in his own zone. So Hudson from so it's ends up being Slavkovsky from Demidov and Hudson. Slavkovsky's 4th goal of the year. I'm 40 seconds ahead of Russell. That's crazy, Jazz. Hey, Russ, you should look at donations. I did not stop the clock, did I? 16:11 left to go in the 3rd period. Look at donos, eh? Did I miss one? Ah, yes. The $2 dono for the swear jar. Is that one you're talking about? Swear jar. Back to the bar. You should look at donations to others. So SPCA. Ah, that's what you mean. Yeah. That's a good idea. Quinn Hughes, high slot, steps across, shot to the front of the net, ends up going off a shin pad and wide. Didn't miss by much. The Abbey line or the Calder line is out, grinding in the corner, comes up with it. Shot goes off the end boards, off the back of the net, and ends up on the near side boards. Flipped out to center. Carlson picks it up there. He plays across. P.O. Joseph stops up, plays across for Hughes. Hughes skates back into his own zone, lets his team complete the change, etc. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, Dobby would like that, I think. Pass down low into the Montreal zone. Sherwood's first one onto it. He takes the puck away from Hudson, then gives it back. Montreal now digging for it. O'Connor's there as well. Montreal's falls onto the puck. O'Connor skates out of the corner with it. Ratu picks it up back to the blue line. Tyler Myers with the pass down low. Deflected just wide by Sherwood. Slavkovsky plays it around behind his own net. Hudson will chip it out to the neutral zone. Vancouver checks the man there, and the Montreal Canadiens retreat back in their own zone. I'm watching the Blue Jays, so I'm not on the most delay. Hronek and Hughes will get doubled shifted with separate partners. Universal happens here. Sunglasses! Montreal battling in the zone, but Vancouver comes up with it, plays it to the middle. Reichel flips the puck into the near side corner, skates onto it. Montreal gets there first. Matheson plays it up the boards. Kane hits Gallagher from behind into the boards. 2 Montreal players comes. He grabs both of them, punches the one in the face. Looks like it's probably going to be a penalty against Kane. Caulfield's on the ice in pain after getting hit from behind by Kane. Kane probably taking another penalty. And he's like, why is that a penalty? It's like, because you hit him in the numbers, bro. Of course it's a damn penalty, you fool. You cross-checked him in the numbers and he crumpled like a little bitch. Insane. I wonder if Montreal evens it up because 2 of them came in to attack Kane, but probably not because the referees are a bunch of fools. So Evander Kane gets a 2-minute minor for, it doesn't actually say what it is. A 2-minute for minor. What the heck? Look at that Evander Kane 2-minute. Oh, there it is for cross-checking. Yep. Good job, Kane. That's a good start to the period. We had Ratu take a penalty apparently on Brendan Gallagher. And then Kane's like, you know what? They're 2 for 2 on the power play. They deserve another chance. Channel 2 CBC. Did anyone see what Kirk McLean said about the goalies today? Was a funny interview on 100% Canucks. Laugh out loud. No, I didn't see that. I'll have to go and watch. Face off in the Canucks zone. Pettersson taking it. Suzuki gets waved. Pettersson wins it back. Myers flips puck up the blue line, kept in by Hudson. Down low. Montreal across, pass across. Demidov couldn't complete it. Shot it wide. Now the puck down low into the far side corner. Back to the blue line. Hudson puts it down low. In behind the net. Back up the half boards. Look into the middle. Down low behind the goal line. Back up to the faceoff circle. Hudson high slot. Pass across. Shot to the front of net. And Lankinen makes the save and hangs on for a whistle. I miss Kane. Send him back to Edmonton. You can have him, bro. Hey, nothing is perfect, says Midnight Solar. Nice to see you, my dude. Always good to see ya. Omega Fish is just like, mammoth. Yeah, you guys won again today, didn't you? Montreal wins the draw, controlling again. Hudson skating back to his own blue line. Or sorry, to the Canucks blue line. Puck down low. Now it's up the half boards. Demidov skates into the faceoff circle, plays it down low. Puck into the middle. Good stick there by Sherwood to block that one. The Canucks will chip it up to the blue line, kept in well by Hudson. He plays it down the boards. Marcus Pettersson chips it up the boards, and the puck just squirts out. So Ratu will pursue Hudson and then go off for a change. Puck gets wristed around the boards. Ends up on the far side for Suzuki. He plays it in behind for Caulfield. Caulfield plays it up for Demidov. Demidov back to the blue line. Hudson keeps it in there. Down low. In behind the net. Back up to Slavkovsky. Down low for Demidov. Demidov, stick handling, plays it in front. Caulfield can't get a stick on it. 40 seconds left to go on the power play. 13 minutes left to go in the third period. Montreal controls still. Pass down to the goal line. Shot goes off of the side of the net and out of play, looks like, with 12:53 left to go in the third period of play. Yes, Dobby, do what Coach Rob says and order skip McDonald's or White Spot, Dobby. Boo. Eric, do you ever wake up in the morning and wonder where your money went? Laugh out loud. Calvin, I did. He thinks they need to stand up more. That's why they're getting hurt more now than in the past, he said. He wants to bring back stand-up goaltending, eh? Dobby, order DoorDash or skip. What? I await my food. Drunk Eric means dedicated to a stream to donation. Montreal wins the draw. Tyler Myers pins his man to the boards. Pettersson's there trying to dig the puck out. Tyler Myers kicks it free, ends up coming to a Montreal stick. Blocked that pass, did Pettersson. Back up to the blue line. Down low, shot to the front of the net. Might have been a pass, ends up going wide. Vancouver kicks it up the boards, can't get it out. Garland's there. Pettersson can't get the DPD. Blocks the pass in front. Good work by DPD. And the play gets, puck gets sent all the way down the ice. The power play is over. Shots are now 23-22. So the shots have gotten really, really close now here in this game. Dobby, come inside. I'll give you treats, Dobby. Montreal controlling. Bolduc plays it up the boards. Played down behind for Bolduc. He misses it. Puck comes to the near side. Played around the boards by Carey. APO Joseph trying to check his man. Pass to the middle. Montreal skates down into the near far side corner. Back to the slot. Matheson shoots and scores. Matheson with a wrister from the point, and the Habs score to make it 3-2. The Canucks have collapsed in on themselves here. After 2 penalties in this third period, Kane derails the whole game once again with a poorly timed offensive zone penalty. You fucking piece of shit, Evander Kane. Get the fuck off my team, you waste of space. Matheson with a shot through the crowd and off the bar and in. Fuck Kane. Ugh, Matheson of all people. Of course it is Michael Chow, the guy who injured Petey all those years ago. Montreal wins another faceoff. Canucks are now 19 for 51 on the faceoff dot. Hronek plays the puck behind the net. Over for Marcus Pettersson. What are these fucking lines, Foot? You put your fucking lines in a blender now? Like, sweet Jesus. Now I'm yelling at a Foot. I take back my up that I gave to Foot in the first intermission. Canucks trying to dig the puck out. Sherwood works it up the boards. Puck down. Marcus Pettersson picks it up. Plays it up. O'Connor over Sherwood. Sherwood with a backhander goes wide and off the boards. Pettersson picks it up at the blue line. Gets checked by Suzuki, but Hughes follows up, plays it down low for Pettersson. Pettersson gets hit from behind on the boards. No call there, apparently. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Pettersson gets hit in the numbers, into the boards, and there's no fucking call. Fuck these refs. That's insane. The exact same play and no call. Dobby, I am scared. Swear jar, swear jar, swear jar. Villino just hits Pettersson head first into the boards. No fucking call. Fuck these fucking refs. Swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar. Oh, wow, this is disappointing. I'm going back to watch the Dodgers game tomorrow. Darlin Deeks in front and can't finish it off. Good chance in front by the Gargoyle. Montreal carries it out. Put the puck down low. Hughes is the first one back to pick it up. Ask me how I really feel. Hughes plays the puck behind the net. Gives the puck away. Montreal with a pass out to the neutral zone. Caulfield takes it off the skate. Dishes the puck down low. Why is Hughes and Myers out there? What is going on? Eric Hunter with a $2 dono. The lines are in a blender, folks. This is insane. Eric Hunter, thank you very much for the $2 dono. I appreciate you. Montreal flips it into the Canucks zone. Looks like it's going to be from their own side of center, so it'll be an icing call, I believe. Garland all alone in front. Deeks and just runs out of real estate. Pettersson comes in and throws a big hit on Suzuki. Pettersson's pissed. Pettersson is pissed. That might be a good thing. Thank you for donating to my college fund, says Dobby. Swear jar. Your team is losing and then mine is too. Curse of the Russells. Yep. Eric, hi. Canucks cannot win the draw. Puck gets flipped down the ice. Drops by Hronek. He picks it up. He plays it out to center. That one gets intercepted by Montreal. They'll play it back down in the Canucks zone. DPD's now out with fucking Hronek for some reason. Reichel loses the puck at the blue line. Montreal picks it up. They bring it down low. Demidov with a spin move off the boards. DPD stays with them. Demidov loses the puck now. DPD loses his stick. Picks it back up. Montreal plays it across to the far side. Kane, what are you going to do stupid this time? Kane falls over his man Matheson back to the blue line. Pass down low. Demidov with a shot, and he scores. The Canucks are getting spun around in their zone. Why is Kane even on the ice? Bench Kane. He's a piece of shit. 8:51 left to go now, and Montreal's made it a 4-2 game because the Vancouver Canucks lines are in a damn blender for absolutely no reason. We're seeing combinations we've never seen all year long, and now Foot is like, this is the perfect time to change up the lines in a 2-2 game. Foot is an idiot. Woo! Says Universal Habs. Congratulations. Hachiko's like, go, 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 go. People's first is like, boo. Michael Chow's like, PD needs to hit the smelling salts like Demko does. Puck. Refs have, ever since 2011, hated the Canucks. Shannon's got the angry face in chat. Japan forces puck. Eric Hunter says, puck sat Knights. Laugh out loud, says Mike Torrance. Van Fu Kung. I don't know what that says. Van Fu Kung Ch. Puck. Got the Calder line out now. Sasson digs the puck out, rings around the boards. Myers keeps it in. Now it comes out. He kicks it back in. Montreal brings the puck back in. Marcus Pettersson steps up, throws a hit. Tyler Myers hits his man. Gets help there from his forward line. They skate it out. Baines flips the puck in. Down low. Carlson comes in, blocks the puck down low. Dobson plays it up the boards. Montreal plays it out to center. P.O. Joseph skates up. Sasson puts the puck down low, and then he'll skate off. Laugh out loud. Reichel -2. Boo! 4 unanswered by the good guys. Kane out of position big time. Yep. Mrs. German Canucks is here too with the angry face. P.O. Joseph plays the puck down low for Garland. Plays it behind the net for Petey. Petey back to the point. Hronek and P.O. Joseph are out there. Oh, Garland all alone in front with the puck bouncing at him. Couldn't get the stick on it. Montreal skates out. Now, Hronek hits his man into the board. Surprisingly, the refs don't make a call. Now, Petey skates out. There's only 2 of them. He drops the puck for Garland. Garland goes through his man, plays it across the zone. High backhander. And who is this? Is that O'Connor out there with Garland and Petey? Okay. 7 minutes left to go in the third period of play. Canucks down by 2 now. O'Connor tries to play it back for Garland. Garland gets it behind the net. O'Connor and Garland both lose the puck behind the net. Puck rung around the boards, off the glass, down the ice. No one touched it. It's going to not be enough for icing. Tyler Myers picks it up in his own zone. Marcus Pettersson picks it up on the blue line after a pass from Myers. Back to Myers. Over for Marcus Pettersson. He gets to the red line and shoots it in, rung around the boards. Canucks move in on the forecheck. Ratu picks it up, plays it down low. And then a good shot by Sherwood to get it on net. Joe O'Connor plays it up the boards, kept in by Tyler Myers at the blue line. He plays it down for Sherwood. Sherwood shot to the front of net. Dobez blockers it and it goes out of play. 6:17 left to go in the third period of play. That has gone from bad to worse here. This team has completely collapsed in on itself. Truly pathetic. Things aren't looking good for the Vancouver Canucks. Wow, an early game between the... I don't care about the Leafs game. Fire Adam Foote. Yes. Evander needs to go, says Christopher. I agree. German Canucks. Well, I already know what that means. Again, Mrs. German Canucks. Yep. Looks like you're going to get yelled at again, Mr. German Canucks. Dobby. Does that mean I won't get my treats? No, you're going to get your treats, Dobby. I'm going to cry because Vancouver Canucks is puck lost. Nucks broadcasters yapping about winning Rookie of the Year before 10 games. How do you deal with his play-by-play? Yapping about winning Rookie of the Year before 10 games. What do you mean? I don't understand the question, Barbershop. Can you rephrase the question? Colin Whitehead. We really miss Hedel, Leckermacki, Hoglander, and Bluger, and it shows. Dobby. Treat. Come on, Garley. Bury that. Yeah, Lank the Tank isn't good. He had 1 good year, and your management gave him the bag while still with Demko. Learn the rules. Colin Whitehead, hard to win in the NHL with half your lineup being AHL level. Correct. You know what? We don't have Dobby here. Let's get Dobby. I didn't give Dobby treats after the last game. So he gets 2 treats for the Abbey Canucks yesterday. And he'll get 2 treats for the goals that have been scored already. So I'm going to go grab Dobby. I'll be right back. I just went and grabbed Dobby, and Chris was like, what the heck are you doing? Why? Dobby's like, yee. Face off. Won by Montreal. No surprise there. So one treat there for the Abbey Canucks. 2 treats there for the Abbey Canucks. And then, the Canucks have scored 2 goals tonight, so we might as well keep the party going. Give W another one there, huh? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we got one more here for you, too. So the 2 goals from last night, the 2 goals from this game. Puck is loose in the crease. Passer with a shot. That one gets blocked. And Montreal clears it out of the zone. Oh, yes. What a sweet little monkey you are, huh? Canucks control the puck in the offensive zone. Puck goes down low. Ratu skates in on it. Oh, yes. What a cute boy. You love me? Yes, you do love me. Okay, I will release you so you may go hang out with your mother once more. Thank you, Dobby. Montreal gets the puck in the zone, shoots it wide. Laugh out loud. Dobby is not Swedish. Can't really blame Kane. He's playing with bums like Petey. No, we can blame Kane. He took a penalty and then Montreal scored. That's exactly how you blame a player when he takes a stupid cross-checking call. Of all the people in the whole world, Barber, we'll give him back, man. You can even keep the 4th round pick. How about this? We'll trade you Evander Kane straight up for Podkolzin. How about that? Montreal with a Hail Mary pass into the slot. Canucks carried out. DeBrus takes one off the shin. I haven't seen a lot of DeBrus shifts this period either. Icing? Is there a penalty? What's happening? Four minutes left to go in the third period. Down by 2 goals. What do the Canucks have left in the tank? Doc makes Danton Heinen look like Kirill Kaprizov. That is true, Michael Chow. That's a very good point. The Canucks, with 4 minutes left, have pulled the goalie. Pedersen winds up for the face-off. Montreal gets waved out because they didn't like the way they dropped it or something. That was very strange. Russell Bleeding Blues. Are Russell's cursed forever? I think they might be. Pedersen wins the draw. No, he loses it. Canucks, though, jump in and dig the puck out. Up the boards for Petey. Petey back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes dishes for Pedersen. Pedersen, pass in front, and a tip on net by Connor Garland, and he scores! Connor Garland puts the puck in the back of the net on a nice slap pass from Pedersen, and the Canucks have made it a 1-goal game with a little bit of time left to go. 3:51 left to go, so there's still time on the clock. Will he keep the goalie out? Who knows? Coach Rob Lilly's like, go, 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 go. Go Canucks go, go Canucks go, go Canucks go. Shannon's like, go, 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 go. Coach Rob Lilly, go, 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 go. Zach McNally, go, 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 go. KJ Brazy, yes! Jack Maloney, speaking of, when has this dude actually made a good trade 2 years ago? It's been a while, yeah. Garly! See, I told you it's not over until it's over. For puck's sakes. Canucks lose the draw at center ice. Cal McKenzie's like, go, 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 go. Wait. Swear jar. Swear jar. Go, 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 go. Yay. 3-point night for EP40. Yep. Reichel shoots the puck wide. Puck comes up the near side, far side boards. Back to the blue line. Kept in there. Quinn Hughes picks it up. He skates down the middle of the ice. Pass over Kane. Kane takes a shot. That one goes high and wide. Suzuki takes down Quinn Hughes. 3:19 left to go in the third period. Connor, we didn't sign him. We traded for Kane. One got a 1 minute delay. Daniel Lezak, go, 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 go. Era's like, go, 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 go. And Andrew's like, woo! woo! And then People's First Yukon is like, go, 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 go. And Keith Catherine is like, go, 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 go. And then Cal McKenzie's like, Garly! Dobby, 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 Dobby. Go, 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 go. Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden. 3 up, 3 down. The swerve and Irvin. Go, 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 go. Count on 9, Charlie. You guys need to stop giving up so damn early. Neil Faster. He looks so happy. Lots of love, bud. The Garden Gnome scored. Let's get it, says Neil Foster. Get Kane off the pucking ice. Yep. And then German Canucks is just like, Otani sucks. No Shea. No Shohei again. What is the score in the game? Still 1-1. Tight game this time. 1-1 game between the LA Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Middle of the 6th. I guess I gotta say it. Go, go, boom! Go, 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 go. I didn't see though. 3 Kins. I am cry because we lost. We haven't lost yet. Ha ha ha. Puck, sorry, buddy. All good, my dude. Hit the net, Kane. Hit the net, Kane. Okay, TV break. Much better night than I thought it would be. Maybe this is like the 23-24 Oilers where they had an awful start to the season, fired the coach, and then went to the finals. That would be nice. I don't mind Kane as he plays dirty, and we need a guy like Kane. I don't like when he takes penalties in the offensive zone. Quinn Hughes down the boards. Back up. Kane with a shot. Seriously, why is Kane out there? He hit his own player in front of the net. Now Quinn Hughes skating down the slot. He gets hooked. Quinn Hughes picks it up in the corner. He skates up the boards. Down the boards. Spins. Looks back to the blue line. He's like, wait, I'm not on the blue line. What do I do? Pass down for Kane. Kane skates down the middle of the slot. Gives the puck away. Puck gets kept in by Sherwood. Oh, no, it came offside. With 2:48 left to go. Seriously, get Kane off the ice, you fucking idiot. Foot. He's awful. Get him off the ice. Major General, 1 gifted membership going out to Chris Simons. Thank you very much, Major General, for the donation. And congratulations to Chris Simons for receiving a free gifted membership courtesy of Major General. Going straight to Dobby's College Education Fund. We appreciate you, Major General. Elias Pettersson wins the draw. Canucks ring the puck in down the boards. DeBrus trying to dig it out. Canucks do get it. Garland skates up the boards back to the blue line for DPD. DPD rings the puck boards down. DeBrus couldn't get it. He lets it go. Pettersson on the blue line. Canucks have pulled the goalie again, so they go 6-on-5 once more. Back to the blue line. Pettersson high slot. Shot to the front net. Another tip on net. Another slap pass. Canucks keep it in. Hughes is back on the ice. He plays across for Pettersson. Pettersson across for Hughes. Hughes skates the blue line. Dishes for Pettersson. Pettersson looks down low. Plays it for Garland. Garland plays it in the middle. Nice pass by Garland over to Besser. DeBrusque headered it. And then the Montreal Canadiens play out to center. And they play it towards the empty net off the side of the net. Pettersson's back. Fighting with his man. Comes up with it. Hughes comes back to the support. Canucks play it out to the neutral zone. Garland over the blue line, dishes, gives it away at the blue line. Montreal can't get it in the neutral zone. Quinn Hughes dishes back for Hronek. Hronek gives it over Hughes. Hughes up for DeBrusque. DeBrusque tips it into the Montreal zone. He'll move in, throws a hit, jars it free for Garland. Garland tries to get the puck free. Back to the blue line, kept in by Hughes. Hughes dishes over for Petey. Petey with another shot to the front of the net. Hronek comes up with the rebound. Garland with a slap towards the front of the net. Where's the puck? And the whistle sounds. Puck ended up high in the air and came right down in front of Dobes. And he apparently picks it up. DeBrusque is in the crease. Everyone will clear out now. Minute 17 left to go. Will the Canucks call a timeout to rest their players? Apparently we do not want to tie the game. This stresses me out, says Jessica. Welcome back, Jessica. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, Dobes just had it fall right into his legs. What in the actual puck? I'd be lurking, says Evelyn. Nice to see you, Evelyn. 6 is the Jays inning. Come on, let's go Jays. Chris Simons. There is no Simon, only Simons. Chris Simons. All right, so they have called the timeout. They're drawing something up. Mrs. German Canucks, 2 a.m. was worth this at German Canucks. Fair enough. I said nothing, Mrs. German Canucks. Maybe they should just start the game with the goalie pulled. Callum, love that foot actually called a timeout. Yep. Russ, by the way, another great stream. You have been my go-to so far this year for Canucks games. Thank you very much, Colin Whitehead. I appreciate that. I see that PD is starting to step up more. Yep, 3 points tonight. Diehard Red Wings from the challenge. I owe the vodka bottle to Russell Bleaton Blues. What was the final score in that game? Yeah, Red Wings beating the Blues 6-4. Evans getting tossed out of the draw. Ratu, Sherwood, and Kane out of the TV timeout. Yep. Yeah, there's 6-7 seconds left. Sherwood or Hughes can't keep it in. He plays it up to the Montreal blue line. They'll take control in their own zone, passing into the Canucks zone. Shot high, ends up behind the net. Pettersson picks it up there. 1 minute left to go in the game. 60 seconds to tie it up. Pass up to the blue line. Kept in by Hughes. Now the puck gets out to center. Canucks will have to wait until they clear out. Pettersson skates it down the boards. Looks to the middle. Stops up. Looks back to the blue line. Plays it up for Hughes. Hughes walks the blue line. He plays it down for Petey. Petey bobbles the puck for a minute, but plays it down low. Garland stops in the corner and spins. Back up to Pettersson. Pettersson across for Hughes. 30 seconds left. Hughes over for Petey. Petey passes down low for Garland. Garland plays it out front. And then Besser shoots it just wide. And then DeBrusk chops it on net. And then Montreal clears it all the way down the ice. It is going to be icing. So 16.7 seconds left to go in the third period of play. Shorty dropping 6-7 on the broadcast. So, Irvin, what does 6-7 mean? Russ. Simons, not Simons. Simmons. Puck was just wide of the net there. Ratu coming in to take the face off. $16 seconds left. 17.3. They got a little bit more time. Vassar bobbles the puck. Canadians cleared all the way down the ice. So now we got 9.4 seconds left to go in the third period. Simmons. Man, if Besser didn't fumble that. 6-7, 6-7. Bury that, Besser. Does the second M mean nothing to you? Come on, man. I pronounce it like ick. Canucks can't win the ensuing draw. Montreal has it behind the net. Montreal clears it all the way down the ice, but the time will run off, and that's the end of the game. The Vancouver Canucks have lost to the Montreal Canadiens on their first game back from the road trip. Miss Germans. I had fun at Abbotsford, though. Nothing is perfect. That's good to hear. Boo, says Major General. Jack Maloney. Time to rebuild. $2 donos. Puck, I'm getting worried. Yeah, me too, Eric Hunter. Thank you very much for the $2 dono. We appreciate you. I wonder how mad Dustin is right now. Let's get him on the line. Actually, I should put my headset on first this time. Probably a good idea. Dustin, how are you feeling about the Evander Kane trade these days?
The same way I felt about it when it happened. Not happy. I was willing to be open-minded about it, but I had my concerns as I voiced when it happened, and they are very unfortunately, I was right again. I like, sometimes I don't like being right about things. You know, I can admit when I make a mistake too, but man, those last 3 goals that Montreal got, I mean, that penalty, you have to hold up on that. That's going to get called every time. Unless it's on Pettersson, because, you know, then they don't call it. Because pretty much the same hit, just Pettersson doesn't crumple and act hurt like Caulfield, so he doesn't get the call. You know, and then on the last 2 goals, if you want to pull up the goal visualizer for chat just so they can see it and just how bad Kane's defensive zone coverage was on those 2 goals.
For the Demidov or the
both Mike Matheson and Demidov. He lost his check on both of those shifts.
Bring it up then.
He is the left
so here's
winger.
the Matheson one here. So Kane here in the middle.
Just completely ignoring his check 45 on that wall.
45's there.
And then that leaves Matheson open because Kane has to double back because he's not in position initially.
Yeah.
And then if you pull up the Demidov goal, he's behind the freaking net and he's on his wrong side. And then he just gets
tries
stuck
to like
there.
rip the helmet off a guy. I remember that part.
So he's stuck there. He's just, and then EP25, DPD has to try and jump out there and deflect that one. He gets a piece of it, but unfortunately getting that piece of it is what put it past Lankinen. And I will say it wasn't Lankinen's strongest game. Like the 2 power play goals, he completely overplayed them. He was way too aggressive and lost his net on both those. So they were both tap-ins on the power play for the Canadiens on those ones. Needs to do a better job of holding his net on the penalty kill. 5-on-5, you're more likely to get away with maybe those kind of aggressive plays because you're going to have an extra defender out there. But on the penalty kill, that's one thing that makes Demko so much more valuable on the penalty kill than Lankinen, is that he doesn't overcommit to certain shots and he's much better on the side to side and he's stays in position. He doesn't get super aggressive on the penalty kill. He knows the time and the place for that. So just shows the difference a little bit between a starting goalie in the NHL and one that is a backup and is going to make his mistakes. Good on the Canucks to fight right till the end again, but how long are we going to let this team kind of get away with moral victories? How long are we going to let them kind of not talk about Evander Kane? Hopefully this game takes a little bit of the heat off of EP40 because this was his best game of the year. 3 points, involved very early on blocking shots. His first shift of the game, a huge shot block. He had a hit on the stat line, 2 shots on goal, a goal and 2 assists. Like that's more like a number 1 center. He played him, Garland and DeBrusque work well together. Like that those are 3 players that are different makeups that balance each other out. But like, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with the Kane situation. The whole thought was he was going to earn a new contract here at his hometown team, and he just looks disinterested and not committed. He has his flashes.
I've got the answer for you, dude.
He's not using his pardon.
I've got the answer for you. They're going to keep on playing him. He literally takes a penalty that puts him down by a goal, and he's literally out the next shift. Why is there no consequences to Kane? He's the only player that seems to never get benched for anything, right? Like
that's what I mean.
Foot just puts him back out. And remember in the first intermission when I was like up to Foot because, great, he did what he should be doing with the lines. And then in the third period, it was 15 minutes before we saw a defensive pair that was actually set up properly. And at 15 minutes before we saw a forward line that was supposed to be proper. Like all of a sudden, what was that? How come there was something in a blender?
That's his inexperience showing. He panicked after, getting tied 2-2 and I don't know. right? Like this is part of the growing pains with learning on the fly. These are mistakes you make in the AHL as a coach, not in the NHL, right?
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, it's getting harder and harder to be patient. But yeah, like I agree. It is a horrible deployment of players. When you see him take a penalty and then he's the cause, his poor defensive play is the cause of the next two goals. Like as the veteran out there, Besser's doing his best to stay to his guy, cover his point, stay on his wing, and Kane's all over the place like he's playing center. Yet Reichel's supposed to be the center and floating in the middle like he is supposed to, and Kane's just lost his check twice. So it's pretty tough. Pretty tough to not see that, like, especially when you bring up those visualizers, right? Like it's glaringly obvious his check was the reason why those two goals happened.
Can you tell me about the Ratu penalty at the end of the second period? Because I did not see it at all, but apparently he tripped Gallagher, which I find hilarious because Gallagher probably just threw himself to the ice. Did you see the penalty or where?
No,
how did it happen?
it was a penalty. I saw it happen and I knew we were going to be down, man. Just an unfortunate play where you kind of get the can opener in front of the net and Ratu's bigger and stronger. So he spun Gallagher around and it's going to be a trip every time. There were some questionable calls tonight for sure, but that one was one they absolutely got right.
Cool. Good. I wanted to check on that because I wasn't sure. And for anyone who is wondering, the in the MLB game, LA has just scored twice in the 7th inning, so they are now up 3-1 on Toronto in Game 2 of the World Series. So try to keep you guys up to date on that as it goes. I have now changed over, so it's on my TV now. Swervin Irvin asked the question, is the TV break almost like a free timeout? 279 Dono.
It can be, absolutely. It can come at very beneficial times. You can be hemmed in your zone. You could get a offensive zone face-off and your first line just finished a shift and now they get a 30-second breather. It can absolutely be beneficial. It's for sure. And then at times it can be a curse too. It can take away momentum. So it is a free timeout. You can talk about strategy and stuff. Like they're allowed to go over to the bench. Sometimes they're shorter than others, but yeah, it can be.
Are you at all surprised that we haven't seen any of the Calder line end up penalty killing at all so far?
A little bit. Carlson specifically, because I think his big body and physicality and his way he plays good zone coverage. I would think that he would get more time. But again, that's up to kind of Kevin Dean. He's the one who runs that and who maybe they just haven't had enough time to practice with those guys because they've only had one practice since that line really got called up and put together.
Yeah.
So it's tough to change who you're using on your special teams if you're not getting that practice time. So maybe after this weekend, because they're at home for, I think, a couple more after the back-to-back, they might get a practice in this week sometime and maybe work on some of that stuff.
Yeah, we got Edmonton tomorrow at 7. Monday, you may see some kind of a practice. Tuesday, you got the Rangers in town, and then they play again in St. Louis. So they're only here until Tuesday, and then they're back onto the road. So 3 games in 4 nights at home, and then they're back on the road. So they'll definitely be rested after that, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. When it comes to the forward deployment, it was a little confusing. Reichel, obviously wanted to get your comment on him because it did seem like, Besser took a couple draws there and Kane took a couple draws. Obviously, Reichel's not very comfortable taking faceoffs. Do you think they keep him as a center in the next game, or is it time to look at maybe changing things up and moving him to the wing permanently?
Yeah, he got tossed pretty much out of every faceoff he was involved in early, so I'm not surprised they cycled it around. I pretty much was just shocked that they didn't use him as a winger tonight. I thought for sure Oman would be in this game as a center, and they'd bump Sasson up. But I think that because he's been playing so much time as a winger, right now they need to use him as a winger to give him his best chance to succeed. I don't think putting him in center is going to help his confidence on this trade, especially when he just isn't comfortable taking faceoffs at the NHL level on a regular basis, right? Like maybe if someone gets tossed and he has to step in there, that's a different story. But when they keep tapping you on the shoulder and you're the guy to go out there and try and win a faceoff, that's a lot more pressure than, and especially on a brand new team. Like he was put in a pretty difficult situation tonight. And I think he did relatively well out there positionally. Not really noticed for any bad reasons, not really noticed for anything spectacular. But what can you expect from a kid who got into town at 10:30 this morning, off the plane and straight to the arena, maybe watched a couple videos on structure and was lacing them up. So pretty tough ask, a tall order for the kid to step into a second line role. And I give kudos to him. I think he did just a fine job tonight positionally. Obviously the faceoff thing is an issue. But we do have Oman available to play tomorrow night. So I would expect maybe that move to be made, and also POJ probably coming out on the blue line and Mancini coming in.
Well,
and obviously
that's the night
between the
check.
pipes.
Amon didn't get a single draw in that game he was in. So I do not think he is an option for this Foot team. I did just pull it up here too. So Reichel ends up getting about 15 minutes and 54 seconds of ice time. What is the deal with this? Why does Foot hate the Calder line? Because Carlson, Sasson, and Baines are three forwards that got the least amount of time out of everyone on this entire team by a landslide. And you still have the guy who literally came off the plane at 10 a.m. who gets almost 16 minutes of play. And then you're giving a guy like Baines 6 minutes and 38 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, we have to keep a close eye on the deployment. It's something that is, if it trends, which it's starting to now, it's going to become a concern. And I mean, it's absolutely got to be worrying to management. But there are rumblings of, I think Elliot Friedman has said now that the Canucks are talking to the Bruins about Pavel Zacha. So when Friedman starts getting involved, that there's a little more fire than smoke.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it happens maybe even tonight after this game, because it's pretty clear that they need some help still up the middle. Reichel isn't going to be the answer. While I like that they got a good top six winger, is basically his makeup. I don't think he's going to help their center woes. And they're likely going to have to do some more trading to find themselves some strength there.
$10 dono coming in from Eric Hunter just to say Rusty and Dusty. Thank you, Eric, for the dono.
Oh, thank you, Eric. You're a beauty. Appreciate you.
3 stars of the night, Dustin. What are the 3 stars of the night?
Ivan Demidov had himself a night. He was all over the ice. 2 assists and a goal. I guess the game-winning goal at the end of it. EP40, a very good night at both ends of the ice. 3 points. Strong as always defensively. Won a couple of really key puck battles late in the game. Always committed to blocking the shot. So, when you add in the offensive game to his defensive prowess, it makes him look worth the money that he's paid. So tonight's a step in the right direction. Now he's got to bring a couple more guys along with him. And then third star. Third star's a tough one. Connor Garland had a decent game. There's a couple of other Canadians that had a good game as well. Slavkovsky had a good game. He was out there. His name you heard a lot tonight as well. So It's kind of a coin flip between Garland and Slavkovsky for me for third star.
And you nailed it as usual, Dustin. Demidov gets the first star with the game-winning goal, which trumps Petey's 3-point night. And I'm fine with that. And Slavkovsky as well with the 2 points. Carrier as well with the Montreal defense had a good game with 2 assists. So he would have been my kind of like 5A or something like that as well. But yeah, always, for some reason, it's so weird. When John Shorthouse is in charge of doing the 3 stars, it makes sense. It's so weird.
Right? Unbiased and realistic. And you're very welcome, Connor. I've been worried about Kane from the day the trade happened. I was trying to be open-minded and optimistic about it, especially with the words that he said. But actions speak louder than words, and clearly he still hasn't changed his the way he wants to play on the ice. And it's very selfish hockey. When you put your team down a man because you can't just hold up on a body check when you know a guy, all you see are numbers, just stop or turn, cut away, and try and get ahead of them with your feet. And then the defensive issues, just stay on your side in the defensive end and hover there where you can help. Like you're not helping by thinking you're helping by getting in there and double teaming people 5-on-5, because then you're leaving yourself vulnerable to that backdoor play that they got burned on twice. The first one wasn't a one-timer, but it was the exact same play. They had that wide open guy on the left-hand side or right-hand side if you're playing the Canadiens way. And then to Matheson, and then the other one was a one-timer to Demidov. So 2 very similar looking plays, taking advantage of Kane on that side. And if it's going to become a trend, because if I can see it on the visualizers, opposing coaches can see it on tape and film, and it's like, oh, this is what made Montreal successful. They were taking advantage of taking advantage of that second line. And when we saw the lineup, when Batchelor was talking about the lineups today on X, I messaged you right away and I said, oof, that line is not going to be good defensively. And sure enough, a tough time tonight.
Gary Wiseman asking, what do you think the cost will be for Zaka?
I honestly don't care as long as we don't trade our first round pick for next year, because next year is a deep draft and they need to do everything they can in their power. If it costs Vilander, so be it. We are deep on the right-hand side. We have a couple of guys in junior and new draft picks that look like they're going to be very, very good right-hand shot defensemen as well. And we have Mancini from that trade with Miller making Vilander a little more expendable. So if you have to trade him, you have to trade him, because you're overrun with certain prospects and you have absolutely nothing in the cupboard for center. So I hope it doesn't cost the first round pick. I hope they can do everything in their power to make it not cost that. But it'll be interesting.
German Canucks. Dustin, you think it will get better or worse for the Canucks to win games?
Oh, I mean, it depends. They got to fix the issues with not having a center, right? And until we know what Hedl... I mean, yeah, we heard that he's making progress today, had some better days, but what does that mean, right?
Yeah.
And do we really want to see that kid get hit again, right? Like, if he gets hit again, it could be like really bad. So, I don't know what the situation is going to be, but they still have work to do when it comes to center ice, because clearly Reichel is in development, right? He's not a bona fide center. He didn't look natural in that role tonight. He did a decent job given the circumstances, but there's no way there's no way they line him up as a center tomorrow night. If they do, then I'm really going to question things.
Well, here's the problem, and that's the thing is I was about to say that he didn't even play all the games for Chicago. He was actually in the press box for a couple of their games because he's only played 5 games before today. The other option is obviously I was thinking, okay, well, let's make Ratu the second line center, but Ratu was also just scratched. So now you have the option of 2 players that are fringe NHLers that were all both scratched to be your second line center. So then I'm just like, rocking a hard place. Time to get Zaka.
Yeah.
Japan forces Dustin. Dustin, do you
by
think
taking on that Kane money, they put themselves in a bad spot, right? They got trade money out.
Japan forces Dustin. Do you think Kane has not fully recovered from his injury? Very slow, lazy play all season.
I don't think it's injury related. Honestly, I just think that's Evander Kane. He's an older player now, and he kind of coasts until the games matter, quote unquote. And then he becomes a liability because he can get a little carried away. So, while I appreciate that he brings, a big hit here or there, there's no real consistency from the energy that he's bringing to this team. So to me, it just makes him expendable and not really worth keeping around. The problem is, will anybody take him?
So I will point out for everyone who's wondering, we do have the Edmonton Oilers rolling into town. And I was wondering myself, are the Oilers in the stadium watching this game because they're just hanging out? No, they're actually, are they playing in Seattle or are they in, what does this mean? Oh, they're in Seattle. So they are playing down the I-5 in Seattle right now. Their game just started. So that's probably a good thing for the Canucks because at least the Canucks had the early start. So they will have a little bit more rest. But either way, Edmonton rolling into town tomorrow. The buzzsaws that is the McCrybaby and Dive Seidel. Do the Canucks have a chance against that duo tomorrow, Dustin?
It's hard to say. Depends on the adjustments to make to the lineup and also the decor. I would expect Mancini to be in and POJ to be out. So maybe a little more flow from the bottom half of the defense and less scrambly play. And then we'll have to see if they make any changes in the forward lineup.
Mrs. German Canucks says, if Russell was a GM for the Canucks, what would be your first move? I would trade Kane for a bag of pucks, and I would trade him to the curb. Now I'd put him on waivers and send him down to Abbotsford. I don't know. No, Kane needs to be off this team. Fire Foot, bring Manny up. That would kind of be, but I mean, that's just me. I'm just a crazy person sitting in a bar watching hockey. Dustin, what would you be your first move as GM?
Oh, I'd be trading Kane and a prospect, maybe one of our right shot defensemen, maybe even dangling Kudryavtsev out there, who's out to a great hot start this year. And then trying to bring in a center. Like, I know that everyone's desperate for it, but like that has to be the key.
Time to get a center. So we do tomorrow have 2 games. This is going to be our first Canucks doubleheader. So we will have the Ontario Reign versus the Abbotsford Canucks, the rematch at a 3:00 start. And that will be followed up immediately by the Edmonton versus Vancouver game. So like I said, leading up to the season, because we have 2 Canucks teams, there is a chance we get to watch 2 Canucks games in a day. And tomorrow is the first day we get to do that. So that should be a lot of fun. Dustin will be joining us for the Oilers game as he is going to be spending quality time with the family, which is very much needed.
Busy
Dustin,
weekend, I wanted to commit to them all, but got to save some time for the misses. And I see a lot of questions out there about Zaka and also Zadorov coming back with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right now, Zadorov is having a fantastic start to his season. He is listed as the 3rd pairing defenseman, but he is averaging over 20 minutes a game, and he is leading the league in hits right now. And he also has a goal and 2 assists already this season. So he is getting involved offensively as well. And his energy that he brings. I saw him mic'd up against Brady Tkachuk, and it like got me fired up. And he's wearing a Bruins jersey. Like the guy is just very unique. It's hard to find players like that. He's a glue guy, and it's something that the Canucks have been missing for a long time. And those type of players don't grow on trees, and that's why I've missed Zadorov. You live with some of the mistakes when they're so much of a team player. That's the difference between a player like Zadorov and a player like Evander Kane, right? Zadorov brings the energy all the time, and he plays for the team. Kane plays for Kane. Brings the energy when he wants.
That's fair. I don't think Zaddy's coming back, though, as much as we'd like him.
No, I don't think so either. But if they can find a way to bring Zaka here, he's off to a nice start this year. A little bit of a downgrade in play offensively compared to like a Bo Horvat, but does bring a little more size, which is something this top 6 could use for sure.
Dustin, anything you want to say to chat before I let you go, brother?
Thank you as always for dropping by. Appreciate the questions, the comments, the love. Russ, appreciate the heck out of you. I hope everyone has a great rest of their Saturday night. Let's cross our fingers the Blue Jays can make a comeback, and we will see everyone tomorrow night for the Oilers game.
Dustin, talk to you soon, brother. Enjoy the rest of the night.
You as well.
Dustin Boydell stopping by to drop some knowledge on you. Always good to see the man. He's the best. That's why we keep him around. He's always got good stuff to say. All right, kids. We're going to be live again tomorrow. Can you guys believe that? We're going to be live for 2 games tomorrow. Are you guys even going to be able to handle that? 2 games tomorrow? It's going to be crazy. Abbotsford Canucks, 3 o'clock start. Vancouver Canucks, 7 o'clock start. Probably going to play some Chell in the middle there. So we didn't get to do the Be a Pro stream this week because the Canucks were playing. So we'll have some of that going on tomorrow as well. So there's going to be lots going on. And we're also going to have Witten from Canucks Uncensored joining us during the second intermission of the Edmonton game. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Kevin K. Reichel is better than he looks or has been given the opportunity. You guys, he was noticeable if we could win faceoffs. Yeah. Team knows we're desperate, so we'll get fleas probably. Kane for Zaka. Hell yeah. ASMR Colorworks. ASMR Colorworks. Yes, let's get Zaka, please. New York got Miller for Hedel, Mancini, and a first. If you're the Canucks are willing to pay that for a legit 2C, not someone like Reichel. I mean, someone who makes us better. Correct. I'm okay with losing a game where Pettersson gets 3 points against a good team. Fair enough, Kevin K. You got to look at the positives, right? Swerve and I would give up Verlander plus for a good 2C. Yep. I drank the Kool-Aid on the Kane trade. Let's go Dodgers to Japan 4. Because of his playoff performance, where the hell is Kane? I know. Verlander alone isn't going to get it done, Colin. Correct. F the Dodgers! Kane, Verlander, and Carlson. Maybe. Swervin, that's what I said. Verlander plus. Yeah. That was pretty good. I got nothing against the Dodgers. Ah, I see. My bad. Little text on my phone. And he's getting a little old. Kane, Verlander, Baines for Zaka, and Zadorov. Yeah, that would be fun. Might have to throw in an unprotected first. Zadorov isn't doing so good. Zadorov was great in the playoffs, yes. Okay, Kane, Verlander, Baines, and Mancini for Zaka and Zadorov. I 100% would take Zadorov back in an instant, says Connor Gill. Swerve and Irvin. But in all other cases, he's a 5th D. So it's so kind of overrated. Throw in P.O. Joseph too. Yeah, says Colorworks. Connor Gill, at least he was a far better player than that idiot that took his number. Yep. Man, Rogers playing tragically hip on the intros. Go Jays go. Finally, Rogers does something. Okay. Yes, I agree on PO. There's a reason why Zadorov is on his 6th team. Tor, Canucks win this game without Kane on the roster. Absolute bonehead trade. Japan 4. It's so funny how we have these guys who are playoff performers, but we can't even make the playoffs. That's Canucks logic, Japan 4, if I've ever heard it. ASMR color works, but the biggest thing, get rid of Kane, please. Ownership will never admit this. They only care about revenue from the playoff dates, not winning in the playoffs. Correct. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about Canucks ownership. So this comes from a friend of mine who works in construction, and he worked for the Aquilini's company. He was actually hanging out with the head of the family, the Big Papa, Aquaman. And it was during the 2011 playoffs. And he was like, bro, your team is going to win the Stanley Cup. Isn't that great? And the owner looked dead in his eyes and said, nah, I don't want them to win. That means I have to buy them rings. That's our ownership team. The Dodgers just scored 2. They were upset that they were going to, if the Canucks win the cup, they didn't want to buy the team rings. So, yeah. What reason is that, Swerve and Irvin? Look decent. Reichel just needs some patience. God, he just flew in at like 5 p.m. tonight. Yep. Mrs. German Canucks is like, German Canucks didn't even meet the team and then stuck with Kane as a winger. I know. Can you imagine? Connor Hill, bad penalties and absent-minded plays in the regular season. More or less. Dustin, what do you think about Zacha and Zadorov for Kane, Baines, Vilander, and a second and a third pick? Yeah, so Dustin kind of answered that when he was on. And then Dustin using his monthly membership message at 11 months as a member. See y'all tomorrow. Almost at 1 year. Thank you very much for being a member for 11 months, Dustin Boydell, you absolute legend. Kevin K, play the boy, 10 games at center. We have put up with Pedersen for 100 games, and you throw Reichel out after 1? Nah, he might end up as the center tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. Want to do a 9th inning segment? What are they in? No, Big Mac, I won't be on that long. I've got to do a double stream tomorrow, otherwise I would. But I appreciate the $2 dono. Once we're done going through chat, then I will be logging off here. Got to save myself for the double header tomorrow. Everyone knows Aquilini only cares about playoff revenue. I get that at Swerve and Irvin. He was swear jar. But he was a huge influence at defense also. He was a major part of the team and made the 23-24 playoffs. Yep. If most fans were asked who they'd have as a 91 before Zadorov and Kane, it would be Former. Yep. Absolutely. But the money he demands needs to be better than a 50. Universal Habs, thumbs up, thumbs up. GG, thanks for the stream. You're very welcome. Congratulations on your victory, Universal Habs. Enjoy it while it lasts. Katie, good choice, babe. Ha 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 ha. Katie in the chat. Nice to see you, Katie. The Dustin's better half. Looks like the Canucks are rabidly pursuing Zacha. I hope so. Connor Hill, perhaps his time in Boston has made him rethink his ways about what he wants for payment. Sucks to think that we had both Brushinevich and Vilander, and we might have neither by the end of the year. We won! Woo! Congratulations, Midnight Solar. Taking the victory. The Kraken have taken a 1-0 lead on the Oilers, which is hilarious. Let's see. Midnight Solar. Where's the Columbus game? Oh, yeah, you guys won in a shootout, eh? Look at that. Pulling it off against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Who was in net? What, did you beat Artur Shilovs? Who was it? Did you hurt my prince? Yeah, Artur Shilovs with 37 saves on 41 shots. That's pretty crazy. What were the shots in this game? Yeah, Columbus with 41 shots on net. That's crazy. All right, back to the bar. Congratulations, Midnight. Katie's hogging Big Dusty. Sucks when Zadorov does well. Yep. You bet your ass, KJ. Ha ha! I have Kane tendencies, says Van Isle. You're just a floater, eh? Connor, you're joking. It's Boston. They play in the MSG. Laugh out loud. Slash not true. I will say this. Word is when Miller used to act out, Zadorov was the guy who put him in check. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Go Jays, go. While they're down. Even worse now. 5-1 in the bottom of the 8th. See if they can come back. Do it for the teams and the turnovers. Dark Fear, have a great night. Thanks for being here, Dark Fear. Nice to see you. Capital Ovies, wow, good thing I didn't go to the Caps game. Work was much more fun. Oh no. What was the score in your game? Where are the Capitals? Who did you lose to? Oh my God. No wonder the Senators smacked you. You only had 13 shots in the day. No, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you, Capitals Ovi. I'm sorry. That's just really funny. Cheers, says Dark Charge. I won't be here tomorrow as I will be in the sports bar for the Oilers game with a few fans. We've got some seats that directly overlook the ice. Very cool. Russ on play-by-play, Dusty on color. Just one period, please. No, we'll figure it out. I think we'll test it on an Abby game. Omega Fish, thanks for the stream. Nothing is perfect. You're very welcome, Omega Fish. Congrats on another victory tonight. Swerve and Irvin, Connor Cahill dangling from the rafters. Yep. Armageddon death. It's just like, is Nashville playing right now? Nashville is losing in the third right now. Armageddon death. Can you come back against those filthy Kings? You're being outshot 37-17. That's wild. KJ said it was 4-1. It's now 5-1. Connor Cahill, Swerve and Irvin. Sadly, no, I don't deserve to be hanging with the names of the real hockey players. Russ, if we get Zaka, do we also triumph and get Rakel after that? Probably not. It's probably going to be one or the other. Merci for the stream. De rien. GG, nothing is perfect. Yeah, de rien. Universal Habs. Vibing. Try to sorry typo. What would you guys pay to watch a game from the catwalk at the top of the arena? Apparently that's where John Shorthouse used to go and watch the games. I would pay $12. 5-1 Dodgers. Bonsai Japan. San. We must win. Mrs. German Canucks. Maybe I am the bad luck. Why we can't win. Maybe if you're just willing to admit that now. Connor Cahill. It's an in-arena booth. 10 times of us will be there. We paid $85 each. That's a good deal. Connor Cahill, Swerving Nervin. Have a great night. Reapers, Devils. See you later, brother. Thanks for being here. Kevin K. We just missed the double play, and it's 5-1. Curse of Rust goes on. Woo! Yep. Corey, the Kane experiment needs to end. Trading for him was a move Benning would have done, and it backfired. Plus, they helped Edmonton clear the cap space, allowing them to add a team. Yep. Corey, you're absolutely right. The Kane experiment needs to end. Thanks for being here, Corey. 1 year anniversary with Dusty. No worries. Knight says Undead Avs. See you next time, my dude. Thanks for being here. In the middle of the 8th right now. Only another inning to go. The fans in the stands are starting to pray. Might be the magic Blue Jays need. Can we trade Foot for Martin St. Louis? Cup winner and cup winner sounds fair. Undead Avs, says Zach. Kane Surge is looking. Welcome, Kane Surge. Demidov is a tail white. Cousin of Petey. No floating. Unless low on Stammies. Bill Wirtz owned the Blackhawks for years. Then he died and his son took over. And that's basically how Chicago won 3 cups in 5 years. Yep. That is an accurate statement. Kane tendency is his bad penalties from late hits, etc. Yep. I want this win. Kane Surge is Castle Siege. Well, it looks like you guys are tied in the 2-2 in the third period. 10 minutes left to go. We got Kane's Surge versus Castle Siege. 4-on-4 for a minute and a half there. Strangely, really happy that WWW gets 3 treats. Yeah, he gets some treats. Yep. Lucky boy. Should have paid Zaddy for that fact alone. We could still have had JT. Yep. I still don't get what happened with Zadorov. If EP40 can get 3 points tomorrow, it's all good for the rest of the year. We offered to extend him, but he walked. Yeah. Mrs. German Canucks mediates while makes plans for, yep. He wanted more money. Boston gave him what he wanted. I think part of it too was the term, because I think he wanted 5 years. I seen an interview with him in a park saying he didn't want to sign here with Lindholm since they was in Calgary, that he needed the money to send back home. No, we couldn't afford to keep the door off. Diehard Red Wings drunk for victory. Russell Bleeding Blues. Brutality blood lurking in the shadows. GG, we'll get him next time. Brutality blood. What was the final score in your game? Oh, 3-0. Brutality blood takes it over. Fireborn Knights. Get him next time. 9th inning coming up. Says Deadly Flames. What's up, Deadly Flames? Nice to see you. All right, guys. Like I said, we're going to be live tomorrow for a Canucks doubleheader. We'll be live for the Abbotsford Canucks game at 3 o'clock against the Ontario Reign. And then we'll be live for the Canucks game, the Vancouver Canucks, at 7 o'clock. So 2 games for you tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, remember that my name is Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect. And make sure that you make good choices.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to everyone who requested to hear my beautiful voice too. I appreciate that.
How you doing tonight? Doing good. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very first hockey game to join the stream. Everyone was very excited to see you, and enjoy the rest of the game in the third period.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye-bye, guys.
Trevor Beggs joining the show from Locked On Canucks. Thanks for joining me today, brother.
My pleasure, Russell. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good.
Hey, buddy. What an intro. Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem. It's nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Dude, absolutely. Yeah, those